Right.
Wait a second.
Did you hit live already?
Oh, I gotta do the thingy. There we go.
Okay, you hit it there. All
now we're here.
There you go. Fuck, you started all raw dog.
I raw dog this shit.
Yeah, you didn't give me a heads up. Hey, we're starting.
Yeah, I just started the starting soon stream.
Well,
I say, hey,
all right.
fellas, how's it going? I hope everybody's doing all right.
Hello. How's everyone doing tonight?
I hope everybody's doing well because I am officially back. I guess I'm doing streaming now.
Are you back for a week already? Week or two?
No, I did. I did kind of stream the other day, but it was mostly like a test thingy.
Oh, I get you.
It was just test thingy. I want to see how things are, and I want to officially try and be consistent because I haven't been at all. Because first of all, this year kicked my ass. I said it a million times. This year kicked my ass. It was not even. It was not even fair. It was like a 9-0, like a 9-1 matchup.
Yeah, this year has been shit for me as well. so I know how you feel.
So it was just back to back, just nonstop working, nonstop doctor's appointment, nonstop fucking finding shit and moving and a billion things. But I think I got time. I got time to play a couple stuff. And one of the last things that I completely played.
Yeah, we're here to talk about Astrobot. That's all. The whole time, no, this is not Silent Hill. This is Astrobot.
Absolutely, that's what we're gonna be talking about.
We got you.
That is the game. So, tell me, brother, what is your favorite cameo of Astrobot?
Yes, my favorite cameo. Yes, my favorite cameo is fuck. I forgot. Oh, the Igus one. The Igus cameo. That's it.
Dude, for me, it was fucking Raziel from Soul Reaver.
God,
I saw Raziel from Soul Reaver and I fucking came, bro.
They got all those classics that straight up I don't have a PS5, so I can't play the game, but I've seen people stream it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's so much love in this one game. So much references going on.
It's so good. It's insanely good, which I haven't been able to even play the new maps that came out. I played one of them, but it's so fucking good because it actually finally kind of make people think hey Carabai, how's it going? It actually made a lot of people feel like PlayStation always had a soul for a long time, but it's oh, this is what it feels to play Soul. Hello, wait a second.
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's especially what was it? Concord. It came out. It's an interesting, good contrast to Concord and how that whole mess of a deal thing happened, and then how much money Sony poured into that one fucking game, and then you got this other game that legit where they were pretty much did not plan anything for it, legit overshadowing it.
Oh yeah, it's so bad. Hold up, I just realized you got a noise effect. Let me put that too. I'll put a noise effect, and it doesn't cut the edge. Wait.
Let me see how I have it on mine. I have my noise effect, the grain, enable, don't cut on the edge. Yes.
No, don't cut on the edge. There you go. Should it? Can it be seen? I don't know.
Let's see. It should show up.
Oh, there you go. It's showing up. There we go. Now you can see the noise effect.
Yeah, this is true. Now survival horror.
True survival
noise
horror.
Effect. The grain shit.
Absolutely, I had to put the grain effect because talking about Astrobot, one of the cameos in there was of course Pyramid Head.
Yeah, Pyramid Head.
Pyramid Head was in there.
Was it only Pyramid Head that was Silent Hill?
Yeah, it was only Pyramid Head. We didn't saw Harry.
Yeah, you didn't see any like the characters or Heather or the nurses or anything. It's just Pyramid Head. It would be
Yes,
badass if they had Heather in there.
I would love to see Heather, because I know Heather has been showing up in many other like cameos. Weird, funny enough, because she shows up in Dead by Daylight, and there's
Yeah.
another game where she shows up too, where her model looks so fucking good.
But Dead by Daylight?
Not the Dead by Daylight though. I kind of started to grow warm to it. There's another one which is like a first-person maze game. It's a horror game.
Last Message? Or is this some other one?
Hold up. Heather Mason cameo. What was it? She shows up not in Dead by Daylight, but let me see, collab. Let me put collab. I forgot the name. Where is it? I need to put like Silent Hill collab instead, because it's a Silent Hill collab. Why is that showing up in Fortnite?
Fortnite? I swear there's gonna be like a Fortnite skin for them soon enough. That's gonna happen,
bro. If James Sunderland show up in Fortnite, where you can play as Mary and Maria.
That's hilarious.
Dude, I want to see Maria just fucking Fortnite dancing and fucking
I'm pretty sure it will happen because Konami's like straight up just sending whatever collaborations they want to get free money. Because like the people from what's it, that clicker game that was like inspired by Castlevania, that finally got a Castlevania collab.
Oh, yeah. Vampire Survivor.
Yeah, Vampire Survivor. Yeah, exactly that.
Yeah,
Vampire Survivor.
I cannot find the other game where Heather Mason is in it. I cannot find her. The render looks so good too, which I hate. That I cannot find it. So I can see. Oh, Dark Deception.
Dark Deception. Ah, yes,
yeah,
that's the
and
other one.
her model looks. Let me save as.
Look
Please don't be a web app. No, I hate web.
Oh, they're gonna be cut by the whip app.
Yeah, that's fine. I got a quick way of like converting it into PNG. Now I'll show you how she looks like in here. If I saved it properly, where did she go? Where are you?
Damn, one job, Jimmy.
I lost her. Oh,
one job.
All right, there she is. There she is. I found her. She's not lost. All right. I found her. There you are. So there she is. See?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
render.
That's her render from Dark Deception, which is pretty good.
Yeah, like the hair could be worked a bit, but everything else is pretty nice.
It's like the better one from that. The other one that I kinda is very effy. I think it's been effy for a long time. I kinda grown used to it because of like so much that you see it at some point. But is the this one? This is the Dead by Daylight one. So you can see.
Oh god.
Yeah, you can see the difference.
Oh god, man.
So it's like it's rough. The Dead by Daylight one is rough because they even tried to do like the same pose, and it's like, people are gonna do comparisons.
Fuck, god, it's just the texture work. It's just I don't know, the model or whatever you use. The engine they use is just the texture work is like.
Yeah.
Team Silent was so good with using textures.
Like it's crazy. This is done in 2003. And this is done in like what, 2019 that it came out, or 2020? It came out, that collaboration. Let me put a different song because this is getting I need to find a long one. There you go.
Okay, let's see. In-game model, Silent Hill, Heather Mason, Silent Hill, in-game
So her model is
model.
is these, which I love, but I am very curious. What are they gonna do for like the remake? Because they are gonna do Silent Hill 1 and 2, 3 remake. It's gonna happen.
From what this feels weird because like from what it feels like, what I honestly feel like they're hinting at is that they are probably going to go to 4, which makes sense because 4 is more standalone and they're easier to easier to handle than like, because when you start 1, basically if they're going to start 1 they have to redo 1 completely.
Oh, thank you, Queen, for the
Honestly, on my point.
follow. I forgot to have the notifications
Hello.
on in here, but thank you for the follow.
But yeah, well, like if they're gonna remake 1, I feel like they're gonna have to redo a lot of 1.
The thing about it is that even if they do 4, they still gotta remake a lot of 4. Because 4, I really love 4. I'm a defender of Silent Hill 4. Like,
You're one of the rare defenders of 4.
I'm a defender of 4. I love Silent Hill 4. I think the atmosphere of that game is like completely unique to the other 3 games. And I do love how they explore the nightmare and the things that were always hinted on the, like, even in the original games. Cause I'm a huge defender that despite how people perceive how Silent Hill power works, it does have a sense of weird logic to it. But the one aspect that I never like, the only take that I never like, is that Silent Hill is a therapy town.
Oh yeah.
I think the town just projects stuff because of the negative energy that is coming out from it. And it can be manipulated, because it can be manipulated. They did it on Silent Hill 1, they did it on Silent Hill 3, they did it on Silent Hill 4. And the manipulation is faith. Just having faith for it is a manipulation for that power. Which, yeah.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, we're actually talking about Silent Hill 2 Remake.
Yeah, yes. I guess you could, before we like get deeper into like the theories and all that in Silent Hill, I guess we could start off like, what the hell is our experience with Silent Hill in general? Like, how do we get? What is our background in this game? So we're not a couple of jackasses just playing one game and be like, yeah, I'm a fan of this game.
Yeah, hello everybody. I am a fan of Silent Hill 1, the one that had the women protagonists in the movie.
Yeah. You're here to talk about the movies.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of it. It has Sean in it.
Yeah, I love the Pyramid Head scene in that movie as well. Yes.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie, that scene is kind of raw. It's still raw as hell.
That's fucking like,
that scene
it's
is
spoilers,
so
but it's a fucking old movie. But the point where he just grabs that chick and just rips the skin off.
Oh man,
he didn't need to do that. Why did he do that for? He just grabs and rips.
Dude, that she got ripped open like a banana, bro.
Yeah, man.
Right,
you want a new coat?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, and that isn't that the one where I think that's where he's shirtless, right, in the movie.
He is shirtless. So this is the start of Daddy Pyramid. Daddy.
Because he's shirtless in the movie, and I think in Homecoming.
Yeah, because it was not. He was always had muscles in the original game, but it was kind of like the start of like those remake version of it. Hey, you don't need this, right? Nah.
Yeah, you don't need it. Yeah, you don't need it.
You don't need it. You can remove your skin if you're uncomfortable with it. Just remove it.
It's it's a very muscular version.
Yeah, the hold up, let me find. Because the thing is, I remember I was one of those guys that for the longest time, I absolutely hated the new version of Pyramid Head. And I think there's some people who did, but I was always like, I hated it because for some reason to me, he didn't feel scary.
All right, can you put this on screen? The thing I showed you.
Which one? The one with the body?
Oh, yeah. The one, the link on that one. where it just shows all the versions.
Goddamn.
Like, I'm gonna say they actually like himbofied Pyramid.
Oh yeah, he's being himbofied. Hold on, this is
He's been
actually.
himbofied.
He's been absolutely. Look at this guy.
Like, look at that.
Look at this guy.
Like,
Holy shit.
himbofied this guy. So like you can see like in the beginning, like Silent Hill 2, where like he's like it's just this weird pyramid thing
Mm-hmm.
with like a dress on, and then the movie gave him they took away his shirt. Wait, is that the? Yes, that's the movie. So they took away his shirt,
Yeah.
and in Homecoming
They
they
him
made him
taller.
like more taller and muscular, and then
Yeah.
another movie they made him buff. And then, like, in Dead by Daylight, before they patched out his ass, he was buff and had a big ass.
Yeah, look at that shit. Look at those
Yeah,
legs, bro. Yeah,
Like,
they,
damn.
the one from Revelation, that guy is a gym bro.
Yeah, that's beefcake. Yeah, they buffed up. They like they objectified our pyramid head.
He's
They made him
been
to an object.
He's objectified, bro.
Oh god.
Bro, I want Pyramid Daddy to fucking just.
Look at.
I mean, that kind of like.
No wonder, like, whenever everyone was playing the remake, and some of my friends as well, they're like, "Oh, I thought he was like he didn't have anything. Be like he was just shirtless, or was he didn't have nothing
No,
underneath the kill?"
he's very skinny in the original game, and there's something about like. So the thing about Pyramid Head that was always like really weird from him is that the thing about is that he moved weirdly, like an imagination of a person moving.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you seen those AI videos of like when they're trying to animate a person?
Yeah.
They start hallucinating and act super fucking weird and creepy. Then that's how like Pyramid Head kind of feels when you see him moving, because there's a part in the what was it, in the closet, where he just started like jerking and twitching, like. Hold up my audio, please. Please.
Oh, your audio's dying.
No, we good. Wait, so
Okay.
so in the other iteration of Pyramid Head, he kind of just feels like a man with a mask. I kind of do like the Homecoming idea of making him like inhumanly tall. Like, I can imagine, like, if you take off his robes, his legs are like, stretch as hell, which could give like
imposing on you.
Yeah, it could give a little bit of like body horror to it. But the thing about like Pyramid Head and like any of these is that what are you doing here? A lot of the time he just makes no sense in story wise, because these games are so story driven, and ever since like the first game, the monsters are tied to somebody.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's what
like we're gonna. There's a heads up. You're gonna be talking a lot of spoiler stuff, I guess, for these games.
Yeah, I mean,
and like all that.
Oh, we're gonna go spoilers. We're gonna go full spoilers because.
So you guys are gonna be like spoiled ahead from everything that we know.
Yeah, absolutely. And we still even haven't talked how we feel like the process of going to Silent Hill 2 Remake, because before that we had Downpour.
Oh god,
that's where we got left on.
Like, okay, we gotta give a timeline to understand like a good context of. All right, the last game I played before the remake was Silent Hill 4. That was the last game. I did not play Homecoming. Wait, I'm lying. It was Shattered Memories. I played Shattered Memories, and then I kind of ignored the rest of the games.
I still haven't played Shattered Memories, actually.
Shattered Memories is a very interesting game. I give it a recommendation because it's very short. You can finish it off in like one day, and it's what I feel like they were trying to do. You kind of see it what they were trying to make. I kind of like it. Kind of like it. It doesn't have any like Silent Hill type of thing going on for it.
Hmm.
But if you treat it like a separate game, I'm pretty sure you'll probably like it.
Yeah, I mean, I seen it, and I think for the most part, so Shattered Memories was supposed to be a remake of Silent Hill One, but
Yeah,
then
it
it
was supposed to
became
be.
a reimagination. Technically, it's still a sequel for Silent Hill 3 in a way because it's
That's yeah.
about like Heather not accepting that his dad died. That's the twist.
Uh, Shattered Memory is basically a retelling of one. Honestly,
Yeah,
one it's like a different flavor of one. If you played one, I'm pretty sure you'll like appreciate a bit of the stuff that's going in Shattered Memories.
yeah,
But Shattered Memories in itself, it's just it's weird because it does its own thing, but it also has references to Silent One.
yeah.
So it feels like its own game.
I,
That should be its own game.
I honestly think that game should have been its own thing, because if you tell the same story with different characters and not be in Silent Hill, because the town is not even Silent Hill, it's just Pennsylvania, uh, or New York. It's like a normal city. It's a metropolitan city, which that's not Silent Hill. Um, it is great. Just change their names.
But yeah, we could tie that into what was this weird thing going on with the Western Silent Hill games,
So
where they like they get a contract to do the games, but in an effort to spin it their own way, kind of made up their own rules
yeah, they
for the series.
the thing a lot about like the newer games is that the Western games, they're not new anymore. The Western games, a lot of the devs are fan of Silent Hill, but only want Silent Hill, and that's
Yeah,
two.
that's that's my biggest gripe with them. That
All-
they're the biggest fans of Silent Hill 2, and you'll notice it, and they all talk a lot about it. They always mention it.
They always talk about how Silent Hill 2 is the game that we're bringing the game back to the roots. The thing about, as much as I love Silent Hill 2, I love Silent Hill 2. Silent Hill 2 is not the roots.
Like I'm the same way. Silent Hill 2, I love Silent Hill 2. I appreciate it. It was my first Silent Hill. I played it when I was young. I played it when I was like in middle school when I shouldn't have played it. It hit me good. I loved it. I played a shit ton of it. I play it every year. I play it again and again. I probably be playing the remake again and again. But God, I want people to move on from it.
Yeah, and the other problem is that Silent Hill 1, 2, and Silent Hill 1, 3, and 4 are all sequel to each other. Even if people, like, I know, like, you told me, like, Silent Hill 4 can work on its own. Not really. Not much, because a lot of the Silent Hill 4 is building upon about the past of Silent Hill 1 and 3, because even 2, because Walter Sullivan is like a character that's been mentioned in 2, which I really like, because 4 kind of has that thing of like trying to connect characters. So the nurse Rachel is in Silent Hill 4, which is the nurse that Laura was like her nurse. It was Laura's
I didn't know
nurse.
that. I had to look it up.
So Rachel is in Silent Hill 4 mentioned. You can see her apartment. The father of James Sunderland is in Silent Hill 4. He's the superintendent. And now we know why James is weird, because for some reason his dad just kept an umbilical cord of Walter Sullivan.
He's just there. It's fucking weird.
It's just kept an umbilical cord. And then what was it? The order, the whole order thing, the cult, and the and a lot of people got really confused onto why Walter Sullivan was also trying to do the paradise sacrifice thingy, because the whole thing of like what Walter Sullivan was doing was basically another way to bring God to the world. exactly what Dahlia was doing in Silent Hill 1. But the thing about it is that Silent Hill. Well, we're going way too deep, and but it does connect into like what Silent Hill was and how the spiritual power kind of got manipulated into doing the things that they were doing. Because of how it works. It's kind of hard to explain, but Silent Hill has a really dark past.
Yeah, but what I was trying to mean is like more of a story type of deal, because if you get you cannot remake 3 because you need 1 for the story reasons. That makes sense. All right. Like the town itself, yeah, there's a big connection to 1 itself.
And in that aspect as to why, for me, Silent Hill 2 works in a way that it does because of what happened in Silent Hill 1. Because the thing about what happened in Silent Hill 1, when Alessa got separated her soul, by the time Harry comes back to Silent Hill, that's when the whole fog thing happened. Because if you don't remember, just to give you a bit of a clear up of what happened, when Harry went to Silent Hill, Sherry and Alessa started to connect together, the souls, to get back. Alessa is very powerful. She has a really deep connection to the spiritual power of Silent Hill. And by accident, she projected the power and the nightmare of Silent Hill outward. So the first instance of that power happened very briefly with Harry. Yeah, we're in the Silent Hills.
Yeah, be silent. How's it go?
They do be silent.
Yeah. Like here's the thing, like during the timeline, when does 2 take place? Does it take place before 1? Or is it
No, it probably takes
place after 1?
I think it takes place after.
Yeah, to give a context to the people who are like, oh, what you guys are talking about. Right, there's a cult in Silent Hill, all right? I forgot what's it called, the Order or something like that?
Yeah, they call it the Order.
Yeah, and basically they want to summon Satan. Keep it simple. They want to summon Satan to the New World.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. And Dahlia has a daughter named Alessa. And Alessa has strong psychic energy. Very strong psychic energy that she has basically groomed as a young age to be the birther of the new god. And during like the ritual of trying to summon this god and using Alessa's body for it, Alessa basically resisted it by splitting herself in half.
And accidentally
doing so
causing the boiler to explode.
Oh yeah, she caused the boiler. Yeah, there was a fire.
Yeah,
that burned out everyone. She was fucked up. It killed people up, and then the Silent Hill itself was affected by this spiritual shockwave.
So the thing about the thing about it is that when Alessa was being captive and held together, the town was working as normal. It was still a small town, but it was still working as normal. So even if we talk timeline-wise, this is theory, James could have been there, and none of that spiritual power thing could have happened.
Yeah.
You know, it could have still be hidden because it got affected by the Civil War and the past, and obviously because Silent Hill, it is an Indian burial ground as well.
It's interesting because I feel like every negative aspect can be thrown into this town.
Yeah.
It was like, it's full of cults. It used to be affected by the Civil War. It was built around in strong, like, Indian, like a native towns, native like energy, spiritual energies colliding in here.
Yeah.
So like anything like negative or evil that could happen is going on in this town.
So it seems like it was just a normal god that probably like the natives were like had in there, and it was probably a positive god, but because of all the evil that has happened, it got influenced into it. And I think this is mostly a theory, but I do think like that god is residing on the lake.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like the lake is so important and why the fog happens. because all that thing is coming out from the lake.
Yeah, that's interesting. Like a lot of these games don't really concentrate on the lake. I think only 2 concentrates on the lake.
Yeah, 2 concentrates on the lake, but I think what forced me to think that all this is happening because of where the power is on the lake is because Silent Hill 2 in the remake, actually, because this was a story only in Silent Hill Arcade, but in Silent Hill 2 remake, they tell the story about a boat, a cruise that went into the lake and disappeared.
Yeah, it was also mentioned in like the OG about the boat that disappeared.
Oh, did it? I don't remember.
Yeah, there was like an article. The article's in the Woodside Apartments.
Oh, it's in the Woodside. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's
okay.
Woodsides, and it talks about how there was a cruise ship that was falling into the lake. That's why the arcade game is mentioning like the cruise.
Okay. So it's a thing that even Team Silent did, where that lake is really important, because not only that, the church, that other church, is also nearby the lake. Same with like the amusement park, and not only that, the Hope House that is in Silent Hill 4 in Ashfield is also nearby to Lucas Lake.
Oh yeah, I didn't thought about that.
Yeah, it's the only time in Silent Hill 4, because Ashfield is still like next to it. It's Ashfield, the edge of it where Hope House is. Toluca Lake is in there. So I do believe that at least some of that spiritual power resides on the lake, and that's why like South Vale and Old Silent Hill Town gets affected by it. Because we're in Silent Hill, but we're actually in South Vale throughout the whole game, which is
which one? 4?
No, in Silent Hill 2.
Okay, so I forget.
Yeah, South Vale. That's the name of that town that we are in.
Southville. That's really?
Yeah.
That was just the southern side of Silent Hill.
Yeah, because you got South Vale and then Old Silent Hill on the top.
Yeah, it's like so that's what
you got Silent Hill and then Old Silent Hill in the first game, because I'm not sure if you remember in the when you start Silent Hill 1, you're in Silent Hill, the town, right? And then probably like the whole thing is still Silent Hill. Even down in South Vale is still Silent Hill. But you got Silent Hill where the school is and the hospital is, and then you go to cross a bridge and then you go to Old Silent Hill. That was in the first game.
Yeah, interesting. And yeah, I need to look at the maps.
Yeah, let me look at the maps, because the Silent Hill maps. Because Silent Hill is kind of big.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's supposed to be like a little resort town, but then it's pretty big, pretty spacious. And yeah, I think the first game mainly takes place in Silent Hill. The second game does kind of like near location of Silent Hill. The third game, the first part of it doesn't take part of Silent Hill, but then you go to Silent Hill toward the end. And the fourth game, you're not really in Silent Hill. Silent Hill pretty much goes to the guy. Let me
look at this map, because this map actually adds downpour into it, which I don't know how I feel completely about that. But here, this is, let me fit this. Boom, 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 boom. Reset. No, not reset. You ecking idiot. There we go. So they added this portion down here because this is all downpour down here.
That's downpour?
That's downpour.
Oh, okay.
But here is where we're playing Silent Hill 1. No, Silent Hill 2, which is South Vale. Which is still Silent Hill. And then up here is Central Silent Hill and Old Silent Hill.
That's interesting. I never thought that's interesting to see it like that.
Yeah, Silent Hill is like kind of big. It has so many places.
It's like a whole the lake is like a big ass part.
Yeah, and they don't add it in here, but I feel like this portion here could be South Vale. Not South Vale, Ashfield.
Ashfield.
Because you can see I don't know where Ashfield is or how close it is.
They just say it's a town over from Silent Hill or something.
Yeah. And there's a penitentiary, but this part here is just, you know, it's just downpour. But we can delete that part here. We don't know if that can be like added into it.
Wait, they might reuse that part in another game.
They could reuse it. I don't care. The story is good. But this is the whole Silent Hill in itself. And a lot of the important parts are in, of course, the Lakeview Hotel, which is down here, the lighthouse, the Toluca Lake Island, and the amusement park, which is right here. What else? There's also like the Rosewater Park right here, and the Historical Society. And if you remember that the whole break of reality happens nearby the lake.
Yeah, you're literally going underneath the lake.
Yeah.
Really an impossible thing. That's interesting. Yeah, the games really don't go deep into the lake.
Yeah, they
explaining stuff.
I mean, they don't need to explain it much, but that's how I feel for the most part with that. And yeah, we were in dark places because as much as I love Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, I don't have a category.
You don't have a category? Damn.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Hold on, you don't have a category. We're rebels, man. We're not confined to a label.
Thank you, Brian Cat. You're a babe. So, let's explain how we were. Like, Silent Hill was mistreated for a long time.
Downright forgotten, man.
Forgotten, mistreated.
Well, here's the thing. Like, we can say that, but then Konami has had a whole thing going on.
Yeah. It's rough because a lot of Silent Hill fans were starved for new Silent Hill content, and I have completely given up to the series.
Have you ever seen, like, it's like we were basically starving dogs, man.
I was starving. I was trying everything.
Like, okay, I talked to my friend before that the last decent, and I air quote, Silent Hill 4 was decent. All right, the last decent game, or if you really like Downpour, if the newer games was Downpour, and that was, what time did it came? When was Downpour?
2012.
Yeah, 2012. Yes, around 2012.
Yeah, 2012. Yeah. It's been 12 years.
12 years. That's the last one.
Yeah.
And then if you want to be like a hard, like one of those fans that say, only the 4 games are considered Silent Hill. Silent Hill 4 came out at
2005, 2004. It was the next year after 3.
2004. 20 years ago. 20 years ago. 2 decades of Silent Hill type games, but the fan base is still around, man. So for some reason,
it's still strong.
You've been feeding on the same games for 20 years.
Because the thing about the Silent Hill games, at least for the first 4, is that they have so much to talk about. They have so much, and people love theorizing to the point that it becomes lunacy, because a lot of the theories are way over the top. A lot of the time, how you read into Silent Hill is sometimes way more simpler than people give it credit to, you know? As much as I love Silent Hill, but Silent Hill Origins, Silent Hill Homecoming, Silent Hill Shattered Memories, and Silent Hill Downpour, at the end of the day, there's still a variation of Silent Hill 2.
You're missing still some. There was that PS Vita game as well. Book of Memories, I think it was called.
Silent Hill Downpour is also Silent Hill 2. We're not talking about cheap ass Diablo game, bro.
Yeah.
Book of memory, more like a book of lame. You
Konami
read
wanted to burn bridges that make games back then. Konami was like, I don't know, they were very pissed off back then. I don't know what Kojima did to them, but Kojima pissed Konami off
they
so
took all
much.
their he took all his money to make Fox Engine, only to make one game.
Yeah. I was like, man. But yeah, like
It's rough because Metal Gear sold very well. Like Phantom Pain sold insanely well. And not only that, that's a game that came out on the PS3 and 360. A lot of people forget about that.
That's true. That's true.
I played Phantom Pain on the PS3 when it came out. Even burned his
eye.
Oh yeah, that was true. The Konami building was burned.
Yeah, they catched on fire or something like that. I like there's an image where like it shows Kojima smoking a blunt, like taking a hit, and like,
Yeah.
okay, here's the title for next game, Revenges. Someone opened the window and they showed the burning, the smoke of the building.
Snake, can you pass up the blunt?
God, that's gonna be another thing I want to bring up. Like, okay, we got the Silent Hill 2 remake.
Mhm.
They're remaking or not? Is it really a like they're making Snake Eater?
Yeah,
as well.
they're remaking, but that one is only a 1-to-1, which I am very split on.
Yeah,
I'm very split on it. I'm happy.
that's
But-
the one thing I was talking to people about as well. Like, it's like there's two different ways of approaching the remakes.
Yeah,
They're two.
I'm very I'm liking this conversation, right? The discussion about it, because the thing is that gamers don't really know what they want until they have it. And that's a very good foreshadowing with Silent Hill 2 remake in a bit. At least for me, and hopefully for you as well. But
okay, I want to go deep into this, but I need to bring up of how people reacted to these remakes, because people were so negative, man.
And the thing about it is that I was negative.
I was negative as well, man. I was
really
ready to hate play this game.
Oh, dude, for real. Like, I knew I was gonna buy it day one. I knew I was gonna play it day one. It was Silent Hill 2, after all. It's a game that I have put so much time into it. I have analyzed the fuck out of it when, never put it on YouTube, but I have still analyzed the fuck out of these games because I love them. I love spending time listening to video essays. And yes, I like to also do my own research and things and just like be really into like things and theorizing and stuff like that, but also knowing what the games are saying, because a lot of the time people take stuff way too out of context of like what's happening in games. That said, Silent Hill 2 remake, when it got announced, after all of that shit that happened with PT, because we even haven't talked about PT, and I haven't even played them. I haven't even played the game.
You gotta get those PS4s to still have PT on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna spend $300 on that.
Gonna spend like $1,000 to get those.
I'm just gonna download the Unreal Engine remake that somebody did and play that instead. For now. But oh no, I actually play it on VR chat.
Really? Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I played it on VR chat. Talking about it. Hold up, I'm in it. Hold up, let me give you a screenshot. Because I played it, and
but yeah, like it's true. Like, there was rumors of a Silent Hill 2 remake for a good while. There was like a lot of rumors, and then out of nowhere, I forgot what year it was, like 2 years ago, I think, we got the whole announcement that there was gonna be a Silent Hill Direct. Which, what the fuck kind of thing do we get? Oh shit, that is actually PT.
Look at that. There she is.
There she is.
There she is, bro. I'm doing the soy jack right there.
The point. There she is.
So I love these games. I even met Lisa in person. So big fan. Oh, yeah, I'm in the bathroom here. This is me when I found this. Yeah, this is why I found out I had a baby that I aborted.
The Eraserhead baby.
Eraserhead baby. Yeah,
So yeah, you got people who were. That's another thing about PT, man. PT itself was a neat demo, but it was not really. I'm gonna crucify for this. It was not really anything, honestly. It was ideas for something else.
Yeah, I mean the thing that made PT really interesting was putting the community together. It was fun. It was interesting because even when I didn't play the game, I participated into like trying to like solve what was happening.
It was a whole event where it just came out and people were just trying to solve this mystery. Because it was just announced as this indie game. Not even like an indie game. It was just like a short announcement, and that's it. It was really masterfully done for like announcing a game.
It was really great, even though it was like small, and it has like it was at the time one of the scariest horror game that came out at the time.
It started the whole genre.
It started Bluebird Team.
Yeah, honestly.
That's the funny
part about
full circle.
It
comes full circle, yeah, because Layers of Fear was basically a spiritual successor for PT. That's what it was.
Yeah.
The thing about it is that Layers of Fear was fucking boring.
Yeah. There's nothing going on. You just keep on going and nothing.
You just walk. You just walk, and it was a boring game that it completely destroyed any vision that I had or any like I didn't like Bluebird Team because I thought their games were the horror games that I played. At least the one game that I played was boring, and I didn't heard good things about the medium.
Don't worry, man. After this game, Bluebird Team announced that they're gonna stop making games that suck.
Yeah, they say that we're stop.
that was an actual announcement they made.
Yeah, that was a great IGN article. I'm like, yeah, we know we suck.
We're gonna stop. Yeah, we're gonna stop making games. That's honestly, we'll see how it happens. Man.
Honestly, if they show this on the first image when they show like the remake, a lot of people will be more positive. You know, I feel like this could have like fixed the
yeah, they should have added that in the remake.
They should have just added that.
It's just added shirtless James.
And
shirtless Pyramid Head. That would have been so much money.
Oh fuck! I'm fucking this up. There you go. Put him right there with us. He's with us in there. So
okay, all right. Before we move on a bit, let me just say this. And it's a controversial but brave statement from me.
Brave and stunning.
Brave and stunning.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would not want a Silent Hill game, or would have wanted Kojima to take over the Silent Hill franchise.
You don't want it?
Because Kojima's taste and like game, but we'll see how he does with the horror genre with these like 20 projects that he's working on, because he has like everyone wants him to make games, but Kojima is more of a cinematic type of guy, and I feel like if he will make a Silent Hill game, he will focus more on the cinematic aspect of it.
Yeah,
like getting like these actors, like these top line actors and everything.
Yeah, I think I remember being kind of like weirded out that the main protagonist of PT was just gonna be Norman Reedus.
Yeah, Norman Reedus. You know they're gonna try to get as money's worth.
Until this day, when I see Death Stranding, I don't see. Well, I don't know the character's name, but I just know it's Norman Reedus in Death Stranding.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't even have a name. He's just Norman Reedus and the Funky Fetus. That's all I know.
Norman Reedus and his fetus.
Yeah, that's it.
Hold on, like, give me a second.
So to go on a bit, it's just that his way of like handling things, it might have been a good game. Yeah, I'll just keep on rambling to keep the chat going. So anyway, uh, so Kojima's way of handling things, like he brings a bunch of ideas. All right, he will bring in a bunch of ideas, but I feel like Kojima would have switched the series into something else, very something else. He would have just spin it to not really. He will bring in new horror aspects to the series, the game, but he will just change the DNA aspect of Silent Hill, and then to the point where that DNA will be the one standing point of it. I understand, like a lot of people were like hyped up for PT and hyped up for what, like, oh, they have big names. They had Norman Reedus, they had Junji Ito, they had Del Toro working on it. Those are good names. Those are like big people itself, but itself, it's like no, that's it. Silent Hill was not about having these famous people working on. Like I'm pretty sure that Toro could make interesting, and Junji Ito could make interesting monster designs and horror aspects, but they're gonna make it. They were gonna focus on the horror that they know.
Yeah.
Like Junji Ito is probably gonna be more of a I feel like it's gonna be that issue of everyone going back to Silent Hill 2 type of deal, instead of like the town itself, like the history of Silent Hill.
I had a little bit of hope just because when I heard the theme of Silent Hills, it was the Silent Hill 1 theme, right? And the same thing with Silent Hill F, right? Where
they do that for a lot of trailers, like they have that little dur.
Yeah, even
I really love it.
Even in Silent Hill F, they used the Silent Hill 1 theme.
Yeah, like I love it.
So the thing that I'm always afraid of is that when Silent Hill becomes like its own thing, and it's about games about solving people's trauma, it's just at the end of the day, it's still Silent Hill 2. Right? That the whole thing can get really, really old. But a lot of people were getting tired of Silent Hill. Like I was gonna say before, like a lot of people were also getting tired of Silent Hill, even when Silent Hill 4 came out, because it was always about the cult, right? As much as I love the cult, Silent Hill 1, 3, and 4 is about stumping somebody to bring God.
Yeah, it's just like another thing about the story aspect was not what people were drawn in these games. They were drawn in by the horror, the atmosphere, the music, the creature design. That's the things that was the strengths of this series. The story aspect, many people kind of weren't into it. 2 is the reason why people were so into 2 is because that one has story-wise, that one probably is the one that connects people the most of it.
Yeah, it's the most relatable one for a lot of people.
And I feel like if they redid 1, they will be able to redo that story to be more connective to people. Because 1 has a good story. That's a great story. It's just that the voice acting it's very translated to Japanese, trying to be English author type of deal.
It is. The thing for me is that the thing is that even Silent Hill 1, Silent Hill 3, and Silent Hill 4, they all have that similar aspect of Silent Hill 2, where a lot of it comes with the human aspect of why they're doing this, right? Basically, Silent Hill 1 and 3 is about forced impregnation. Alessa got impregnated by the god against her will while being a child, right? And it's that family abuse thing. So her mother's an abuser who used Alessa herself, her womb, to birth God. The thing about man, it's hard to explain this without going into like deep balls into like, fucking lore territory.
Yeah, that's good. Like you gotta have like that's a whole like Silent Hill itself and history of Silent Hill is so fucking deep.
Yeah,
and like 1 has so many stories, so many things going on. Dahlia is a huge bitch that's ruined everyone's lives in that game.
But the thing that I like about why Silent Hill 1 has to be remade and why it had to do the whole thing is because the manipulation of the spiritual power and that corruption that happened in Silent Hill 1 is the reason why Silent Hill 2, the town is the way that it is. It was abandoned. It had no more people in there. Ever since the spiritual power, people who lived there got all fucked up by it. Everybody experienced something from it. And even before like, I think even before like the town was Alessa did her thing, they were experiencing things because of how the spiritual power resides on the town. It always was there.
All right, I want to. Okay, Mechanica brings something interesting. Like, Silent Hill lore is Dark Souls. It does not exist. It's made up by Reddit BS. Here's the funny thing, Mechanica. That's the biggest issue of why the Western games are so hated, though. Because the Western games, what they tried to do was, we're gonna try to explain Silent Hill. When it didn't need any explanation at all. If you played the first game, you understand what's going on. It tells you. It's like it's hard to understand because how the game a lot of the it's hard to understand because a lot of the translation, like the way storytelling it is very feels cryptic because the people who made this game did not know English. The person who translated the games did not that good of a job.
I'll explain it quickly, real easy, in a way that is understandable.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to say that many people feel like there's this big mystery to the town, and there is this cryptic stuff to understand. It's very hard to understand. There's this deep meaning. I'm like, no, it's not. It's the first game explains everything.
Yeah, this first game explains it. There's a spiritual power. They want to manipulate it to birth God. That in how they use it, they use Alessa because of her very strong psychic and connection to that spiritual power. She's basically a medium. Demons. Yeah, she's a medium to that power. But the reason why Dahlia used her daughter instead of Walter Sullivan or whoever was doing the 21 Sacraments, instead of waiting for Walter Sullivan to do the 21 Sacraments, Dahlia decided to use her daughter to birth God herself, and it will be a more faster way of doing it because Alessa was stronger in that connection. She already has the power to bring that God into her. What Dahlia was teaching Walter Sullivan was to bring her mom back. She needed to, Walter Sullivan needed to impregnate an object, and that object in Silent Hill 4 was the Mother Stone. But when Dahlia told her that her mother was in Ashfield, what Walter Sullivan thought was her mom was in the apartment. So instead of Walter Sullivan impregnating the rock, he ended up impregnating the fucking apartment to birth God there. That's what it is, basically. It's just the cult.
It's because he was left in that apartment. I remember correctly. He was just abandoned in that apartment, and so he always thought that apartment was like he was born in there.
Yeah, he was born in there. So he thinks that the apartment is his mom. The apartment itself. But what Dahlia and the cult was trying to do about the 21 Sacraments is that they can impregnate an inanimate object. And that was the Naka something, I forgot the name of it. Silent Hill 4 stone, Mother Stone. Hold up, Mother.
And now thinking about it, that with 4, they literally the 21 Sacraments can really you can really make a lot of games just using that as a basis.
Yeah, the Nakahona, which is still a native stone, like one of those native stones. It's called the Nakahona, translate to the Mother Stone. So the thing is that Dahlia instead of decided to impregnate her daughter to birth God, that God and that power lost control, and accidentally Alessa projected that power outside into the town and trapped everybody in it after they got connected. That power once got destroyed, and Harry, being a man that he is, he killed God with a Springfield. as the American weapon.
Harry the Chad Mason.
Harry the Chad
Use
Mason.
his given weapons.
The Springfield.
Springfield to shoot down Devil himself. One thing I didn't know about that fight is that it stops if you run out of ammo.
Oh yeah,
which is very good.
It's also in Silent Hill 2. You can do the same strategy. You have no ammo
No.
and...
Not in 3 though. Was it?
No.
Is the same at 3?
I don't remember if in 3.
Because 3, I forgot.
Dude.
Just fucking be mess with that fight.
Dude, try doing Silent Hill 3 in hard mode or any like extreme difficulty, and you're gonna definitely think Dark Souls is easier.
God, the 3 is just stress. Like okay. Another thing that I feel why people like 2 compared to all of them. 2, OG 2 is the most chillest Silent Hill game to play.
Yeah, it's very easy.
Very easy. The monsters are slow. They give you a shit ton of stuff. You can breeze through it. It's the chillest game to play. Pyramid Head, as many people who are capping him up as being this like relentless chaser, this big ass executioner. He is slow. It could dodge his ass. He's legit not threatening at all.
Yeah.
Unless you're a straight up dumbass like me who taunts his ass, who will just like turn 360 and just slice you open in one hit, you could pretty much avoid him easily.
Yeah, Silent Hill 1 is Silent Hill 1 is not hard, but you're also playing the game at 20 FPS. So
Silent Hill 1 is like it's not that hard, but it's just annoying because there's a shit ton of enemies in the overworld. You had to dodge.
You have
those fucking monkeys, man. I hate those fucking.
And also, every action that you do has like a bit of a delay. So it feels it's like a heavier game to play compared to like 2 and 3 and 4.
Oh, that is true. It does feel like a heavier game. Like it's slow and everything. 3 is stressful, man. 3 makes you intense.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's a reason why 3 is so intense. Like story wise, which makes sense for it. But 3 is like it's very like you will play it and it will non-stop make you tense. Like all this shit's going on. Like fuck this, I want to be here.
I still think like the depiction of like the other world and how they use the texture warping and all that stuff is just absolutely top tier. I don't know how the PS2 survived that. In all honesty, because the thing that they do on that game on that console to make all those effects are absolutely insane. Because they make the wall bleed and stuff like that.
You gotta hit him with a pipe and katana on the boss. Jesus Christ. What the hell were they thinking?
Yeah, you have a block button.
Yeah, it was like...
In Silent Hill 1, you got a dodge button. You got the jumping hop back.
No, that makes it like Resident Evil 4, dude. You can't have that.
No.
Having a dodge button, that makes it Resident Evil 4. You can't have that. No.
You know what argument I really hate? Like you're just a regular guy, so that's why the combat is bad.
Yeah, you're just a regular dude. You're not supposed to be doing this.
I hate that argument so fucking much. It's just survival horror, guys.
That is cope.
That is major cope because even when you play Resident Evil 2 or Resident Evil 1, like dude, Harry Mason has better melee combat than Resident Evil 1, and they're special forces.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like, there was a block button in 3, and then 2 doesn't have any block buttons, or like the OG doesn't have a block button, but there's like a dodge, I think.
You gotta step. You can hop back. You can like jump back. It is a thing that you can do.
You don't really need to use it because those fucking monsters are slow as hell.
You only basically use it on the first boss, the split worm. You gotta open his. You gotta like open his. Not the split worm, the spring alligator thingy.
Oh, in 1, yeah, 1.
In 1. So you gotta like get really close to him and wait for opening his mouth.
Okay, man. Like we're gonna start like let's go on for like talking about 2 because we're gonna be like we're dancing around. Like all right, we started off saying like we got the trailers for the remake trailers. We hated them. We were laughing our asses off. We got the first one. We were like, what's this shit? We don't need this. What the fuck, Konami? Fuck this shit.
I think the 2 things that make me like absolutely hated is how James looked.
Yeah, he looked really bad in the first
Like,
trailer.
look at this.
He looks super sad.
Like, look at this.
Looks super sad.
It's like it didn't help because it just looked like look at this face. Oh, there's no freaking way I'm jumping down that hole. No, not even in my life depended on it. Me and my big mouth.
Me and my big mouth. Jump. Oh, me and my big mouth.
So it didn't really help that much because a lot of people were coming out from the whole PT thing. A lot of people were coming out from the pachinko stuff. A lot of people were having their expectation way too low. The last movie was not good. And then the first thing you see is people are gonna be nitpicky. First of all, it's gonna be Bluebird team. Second, James looked like way too expressive to the point that it's like funny. It's comedic. And a lot of people nitpicked the hell out of it. And I did a lot.
I nitpicked it as well, man. Like the first one was the announcement, like trailer.
Yeah.
And like the tone of it, like it's very. A tone of it didn't really hit well.
It felt like Silent Hill and Unreal trailer.
Yeah, like
you know, one of those fake trailers. And I still make fun of it. Like if you go and type Silent Hill 2 and Unreal and you see the fake trailer that somebody did, and you put it side to side to like the bluer one, they both are like very similar in tone.
And then after that one, we got the next trailer? The combat trailer was the one that's like cemented everyone's fears for the game.
Yeah.
Like I think I even went to you and like, dude, this looks like Resident Evil 4 straight up. It's just like, they don't get it. They just don't get this game.
It didn't help. Like for me, I didn't mind too much about the combat, but how clunky it all looked. Right?
There was like this QTE going on. You have these things going like the shooting.
I think a lot of people wouldn't be so mad about the combat trailer if they actually fucking show the story first.
Yeah.
Because they didn't show anything about how they were gonna handle the characters at all. So one of the main problems that a lot of people are having is like after a whole year since the trailer announcement that people were waiting for, like, okay, we want to see more of Silent Hill 2, we want to see how the characters are being handled. The first trailer that they show after a whole year and a half is just shooting bang bang. I'm like, well, come at me, what the fuck are you doing? This is not what I want to see right now.
Apparently, like, it's interesting because when that trailer came out, there was something going on behind the scenes. I'm not sure if you know about that. Where Booper team is like, oh, we're not the ones in charge of the trailers. They saying,
they're saying this is not the final version of the game. Please,
like I'm pretty sure like Booper team was like, fuck, man, Jesus, like what the fuck, dude?
Please
like,
let us handle the next trailer, please.
I'm pretty sure they're like, oh, they probably like sent a build out.
Yeah.
Years like one of the earlier builds to Konami, and Konami's like, oh, we need to show something. Let's make a trailer out of this. And Cooper team's like, fuck, man, what the fuck, dude? Oh shit.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're not in charge of the marketing, and Konami's the one in charge of the marketing.
I'm pretty sure they did something. They're like, can you please let us handle the next trailer, because the story trailer was the thing that started to change a lot of people's mind. That final trailer that they show where they finally did the what was it, E3, like the E3 remake trailer?
The story trailer, yeah.
The story trailer was phenomenal. I had my gripes still about how Maria was acting, but that's probably for another topic later on. But the way that they handle it, the way that the atmosphere felt, the Eddie looked fucking scary, and of course a lot of people were super mean on Angela.
Oh god, they still are.
There still are. But for the most part, it was an absolutely really good trailer.
Yeah. And like, okay, yeah, to bring in the point to what Mechanica said, like it's hard to present the whole idea of characters in the trailer too.
Yeah.
How they won me over, all right. For me, how they won me over, it is probably should have been done like a year in or a year after they announced the game.
Mm-hmm.
Was they showed that gameplay segment of the hospital.
Oh yeah.
Where they go in and then you walking around the hospital and then you just like that one segment where you just see the nurses walking around, you feel the atmosphere. That's all I needed. Just show me the atmosphere of the game. Because I'm a guy who loves atmosphere in games. I just need that atmosphere. Like if everything else may suck, but if you gave me the atmosphere, you got me in the door.
Dude, I remember watching that trailer and I really liked it, but I saw that it was still incomplete. I was when you look at it now, if you try to do shot by shot, you'll see how much they improved from that trailer. Because one aspect, if you remember, when he kills the nurse, she kind of like T-pose on the floor. But not in the final game. In the final game, they actually have like a proper like death animation.
Ragdoll. There was a glitch in the final game where like the skirts kind of glitches up, so it looks like they died with a boner sticking up.
I haven't got anything like that, but
I had that like a couple of times where the nurses like I guess it's just like a weird glitch where they like the legs were at, and so they will lay down, and then like the edge of the skirt, the bottom edge of the skirt, will shoot up and sharp like it was like sharpen up, and looked like they were just like they were just dead with boners out.
I had a weird glitch. I didn't record it because this happened when I was playing like off stream, where the nurse's head was kind of like off sync from her body.
Oh, okay.
So when she was moving, her neck stretched, and then tried to get back and where it's supposed to be, but it's like a delay.
I think I've seen a bit of that. Yeah, I've seen a bit of that.
This is like so funny. I'm like, damn, this town is really very creepy. If you tell me that was that was on purpose, I'll believe you.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's the whole purpose. Yes, the whole nurses having boners is just a spiritualization of James's questionable sexuality. His white path.
Yeah, he saw a femboy.
Yeah, he saw a lot of photo porn back in the day, and then he's questioning his sexuality. But yeah, like that trailer that got me interest, and it was cemented when they showed another gameplay trailer where they show the first part of the game, where going to the apartments and like exploring the first part of the town.
I think at that point I stopped trying to watch too much of it because I kind of was already sold a little bit, but I would still have my reservation. The story trailer sold me on it. I felt more positive. I felt I felt me becoming more positive to it. But then I stopped watching the trailers. They were showing way too much.
Yeah, I feel like they had to, because it was like the reception of this game was like everyone went so hard to it, and they really, really wanted to sell this game. Like I'm pretty sure they were like, man, they knew themselves like our game is not that bad. We want to really convince people, so they started showing a lot of it, to the point to like a lot of like people were saying, hey, like I don't need to see these things. They were pretty much showing too much. Which, interesting enough, we thought they were showing too much, but actually they were not showing too much.
Yeah, they didn't show that much.
Yeah, we're like, oh, they're showing a lot. Because in our minds, we thought this game was going to be like, oh, shot by shot, going to be the same as the OG.
That's what my impression was for the longest time. Is that it was still going to be OG Silent Hill. But this game falls more in line to Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Yeah.
I think now we can talk about the game.
Yeah, we can start talking about that.
Now we can talk about the game, because the thing about the story is that the story is still the same story that you remember from Silent Hill 2 if you play that one. But the game got completely overhauled. It
got overhauled. The best way I can explain it is that it's a sequel to Silent Hill 2.
This is a good Silent Hill. A lot of people were having that, and of course for that one theory that everybody's going crazy for.
Oh, yeah, that's one theory that's going on. We'll probably talk about that later.
We'll talk about it later because it's a theory where I feel completely mixed on.
Me too. I'm like, oh, that doesn't really need to be that. It doesn't. We don't need.
When, you know, what is it? Purgatory died in 2004. Welcome back, Purgatory in 2024.
Yeah, you're going back to Lost here.
We're back. We're going back to Purgatory theory, just with different name.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, talking about the game, I was genuinely very surprised about how they handle. I think a lot of people were kind of mad because the game is longer. It doesn't feel longer. It's longer.
The game is longer, yes.
The game is longer, even if you speedrun it. You know, there is ways to skip stuff, but it's like very developer-intended skips. So you can do a lot of that stuff in the second playthrough, but it's a longer game.
To give you an idea, is that you could beat the OG if you're new around 8 hours. All right.
Yeah.
Around 8 hours. If you know what you're doing, if you're like a seasoned player of the game, you could beat the OG in 2 to 4 hours. All right. It's not that long of a game. Like a lot of stuff you can just grab and do. If you know the puzzles, you pretty much can speed run through the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
The remake, new to the game, will take you about 20 hours. 20 or more.
It took me, I think, 16 hours.
It took me around 20 hours. And I purposely me going around looking at everything. I took my sweet ass time.
I wanted to take my sweet ass time, but I was in a time limit myself.
Yeah, you had to, like, you were moving. You need to finish this
Yeah,
game.
that was my last stream from that last apartment that I was in. So I couldn't do much. I needed to, like, finish it. But
And, like, how was you've been trying to speedrun this game? But how long, like, how many hours have you done with your speedruns?
So, well, I haven't, like, actually played it since, because I got the Pro already. I haven't tried it because the Pro patch still is not out, so it's kind of look broken.
Look, Mechanic Cat, I needed to smash the windows, alright?
It was important.
Yes, I got an achievement for smashing the windows. The game actually gives you, in the results screen, the game tells you how many windows you smashed.
It also tells you how many times you look at the map.
Yeah, like I was like 15 short to get 666. Like, damn, I was pissed off myself.
But the funniest stats is how many times you try to open a closed door.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking idiot!
Yeah, like how many times you open the map? What was your favorite weapon? I think my favorite weapon was just a pipe. I guess everyone will get the pipe.
Everybody will get the pipe, is because it's just the default weapon.
Yeah, you like there's no like. All right, let's start from let's keep on going from the top. We're going too deep into.
All right. So gameplay wise, let's talk about like the gameplay structure of it.
Okay.
I think a lot of what I really like is how they handle the start of the game. Some people might actually be annoyed that you cannot longer just get the key and go to the apartment, but it was somewhat intentional in the original game too. Because one of the things is that when you go to the RB, it will tell you when you go to the RB. Well, we'll wait for it so he can add into the conversation. Yeah, in Silent Hill 2, you go to the RB. The RB will tell you a note to go to Nellie's bar. When you go to Nellie's bar, there's a map there that you can grab. That map will tell you where the key for the apartment is.
Okay, yeah.
Right? So you go to Nellie's bar, you see the message, there was a hole here, but it's gone now. That lets you think about like a million things. And then you go to get to the key to the apartments and go to the apartments. What they did on this time around is that now the key is specifically locked behind Nellie's bar. You need to solve the puzzle there.
Yeah, right now it's like in the OG you could pretty much go in and find the key right away and just skip the whole thing. You cannot spend time looking around. You don't. If like you're first playing it, you'll spend time looking around to see what the hell you're doing. But you could grab the key and just straight up skip that whole section. And like in the remake, they really want you to explore the town. And they really fleshed out the town, man. They really did.
They really did a lot. And I think one other aspect that I really like is that it's basically a mirror of the opening of Silent Hill 1.
Really?
Yes, because you could not go to the school without getting the 3 keys.
Oh yeah, I was thinking about that too. That yeah, it's like this game really borrows a lot of aspects from other Silent Hills. But yeah, that one part where you're like you need to go around and get the 3 keys. You're getting 3 parts. You're getting to get the
you need to get the button, the CD, the vinyl. And
the vinyl,
the
the button, the fucking coin. For some reason, no one has a coin. Just in one place.
So you need to get at least 4 things, but basically in three different areas.
Yeah, I did love that section because I remember like back when I played the OG, I would spend time just walking around, looking at the whole city, and looking at all these locations, and be like, man, I wish I could just go in and explore that. Or go and explore this. Like you go in looking around the town and you feel like the town in the OG, the town is there.
Yeah.
But it's not a space to explore.
No.
In a way, yeah. The town is there, but it's not ready for exploring. You walk. It's pretty much like a maze. But it's honestly what it was back in its time for the PS2 era. You just like just go around. That's it. But now, they give you that opportunity to literally explore. This town where you go around, you could interact with it, you can break the windows. It's a simple thing.
You can enter Happy Burger.
You can enter fucking Happy Burger. The many times I was trying to get inside Happy Burger, I could legit go into Happy Burger,
and you cannot read anything inside because it's dark.
I just turn all the contrast up and I just read the menus and all that.
Just turn on Lumen.
Because it's funny because like they knew people were gonna be wanting to do that because as soon as you break in, they started spawning. There's monsters just waiting for you inside.
Yeah, they were waiting for you the whole time.
God, like, and the atmosphere of the whole thing, where like you're exploring around and you just hear the monsters on the distance in the fog. Like I always imagined, if there was gonna be a new, more modern Silent Hill, that you'll be able to like explore around. And then you'll be seeing a monster off in the distance. Like you see the monster off in the distance doing his own thing. And then when I was playing the first section, I was like, this is what I've always imagined it will be like. You're going around and then off in the distance, you just see the lying figures just going around making noises. And you're exploring around and then like you hear the wind and things rustling around. And then the sound design is so good, and they're so smart that when you're exploring the first part of this game, there are specific areas you had to go to, and how they made you aware of these areas is that there were sound cues for each one of these areas. Like there was these like wind chime sounds for every one of the area you need to go in and explore. Like that was so smart.
I honestly, my favorite aspect of the game is that they managed to keep that PS2 feel in the way that it looks, in the way how textures are, the way the fog looks, the music, how it plays. Like
yeah, they have a lot of the original music too.
Like the way that this game is designed doesn't really is a thing that happens in modern game that much.
Yeah, because the way they designed this, they purposely drew limits on you. Like it's like one of the things that people like a lot of, like other people who have pointed out and like have streamed the game pointed out is that your flashlight in like the apartment, there is like a draw distance to that flashlight, and they're like, and it shouldn't happen because like there's lights in the distance, so you should be able to see off in the distance. But no, there's a draw distance purposely made darkness to block your view. And like when you're exploring the town, there is a purposely made thickness of fog to block to show you like the front of it.
Mm-hmm.
People were saying like this fog sucks, like it's not the same as the PS1 one. Well, the reason why the PS1 fog is so strong is that there's a like literally a circle around James being rendered.
Yeah.
That's all. That's why it's so strong.
If you want to see how it works, play the HD collection.
Yes, it's so interesting. Like people have taken off the fog, and you see literally just a square around, like circle around James, just rendering as he's walking around.
This is just a bubble.
Yeah, it's a bubble. Like the water effects works the same way. The water ripples are all centered around James.
Mm-hmm.
And so for like this one, they actually did give like a heaviness to the fog that made it really oppressed.
That's my favorite aspect of it, because all of the Silent Hill games, all the Western Silent Hill games, maybe except for Origins, and there was none in fucking Shattered Memories.
Yeah.
At least Homecoming and Downpour, the fog is just a mist. It's mist. It didn't act like an unnatural heavy fog that just blocks the way. In fact, it didn't even act how it does in real life, where fog your light cannot even penetrate fog.
Wake up in the morning and there's a foggy morning. I'm like, yeah, this is Silent Hill 2 right now.
Yeah,
This is Silent-
time to post
I'm
it
in
on
Silent
Reddit. Is this Silent Hill?
I'm waking up in the morning. Is this
calling
Silent Hill?
Silent Hill? Fog.
God, my favorite one is like, oh, winter season enjoyers walking home at 4 p.m. and it's just like someone walking through the fog.
Bro,
Oh, God.
what did I do? What's my repressed memory right now?
But yeah, I was like, the fog is good. Like, I know people were like, I don't know, some people were like saying, no, this is weak. It's not, does not compare to PS1. Like, this fog is fucking thick. Like, it's thick. And like this like it disperses around more easier than like the PS2 version, but it's fucking thick. It exists. It's a presence.
Oh wait, I noticed that you got a blue glow. I need to add that so that way we can fit.
Blue. It's a bloom.
The bloom. I need to add bloom. It has to be red. Turn on. Is it on now? Work, bitch. It's not doing. Oh.
Oh shit! You're.
There you go.
You're red. You were saving your game file.
There you go. There you go.
You're saving your game. One thing like I don't like in the remake is like how James looked towards the save file, towards the camera.
Yeah.
It's literally white man does not smile while taking a picture.
Yeah, bro. I mean, think about this.
Stretch and hydrate. All right, I'll do that. Even though it's not my stream. Where's the mod of that, man? I want the mod where, like, each time you save, I want James to smile towards this camera.
Do I want him to do like a fucking like ancient?
Never kill you. Oh man,
I got all these. I'm like, when am I gonna show these?
the fucking bald. God, that's hilarious.
In my merciless stream, I saw that hair.
I see that town. We wish to get hair implants, but you never did.
You never did. Here.
Oh man.
Here's
But yeah, the first section is great. The first section of town. Meet you got the doors full of PS. I always forget.
I can hear it.
Oh man, another thing about that reminds me. Another thing that I really like about the remake is that the game, like the map, updates very more easily. The map is so good in this. And this brings in another aspect to where, like I talked about earlier, about the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. And this remake, the Silent Hill 2 remake, there is basically no loading screens.
Oh yeah,
There's
no.
loading when there's loading in when you start the game, or restarting when you die. There is basically no loading screens. You bring up the map, no loading. You open a door, no loading. It's all singular. Like there's nothing
Singular.
breaks. Yeah, compared to like the OG where you're like, oh, it's just you bring up the map, it just shows up the whole screen for like 2 seconds. Like you have to wait like 2 seconds to respawn, and then all right, and then you click it off. 2 seconds wait. Bring in the menu. Gotta wait like a whole 2 seconds, and it's like it's very slow, and like that. Here, it's very like nothing breaks.
So
You're checking your map, something is still around you, gonna kick your ass.
Oh yeah, that's the thing about like really crazy for me, like with the remake, is that when you check the map in the original game, you can check the map in peace. Not in this game.
No, that in this game, if you check your map, there's something around you. They want to wait for you.
Yeah.
And the healing is real time as well, so there's like you don't have to worry about like opening up the menu and use it at the same time.
Even I tried to like pause the game and then click the map to see if I can see it there. No, it goes into real time. I'm like, these motherfuckers thought of everything.
Yeah, you can't escape it.
I can't escape it, dude. I'm like trying to. Oh, where am I going? I'm getting my ass beat up by a mannequin that was hiding in a corner. Which, in another topic, all the enemies were redesigned in how they are.
Yes, all the enemies are now like how I mentioned earlier. That all these enemies were like straight up easy avoid them, easy walk over them. The light finger, no worries, you can just dodge them.
You just walk by them.
Mannequin, they're slow. You can just walk by them.
Just don't even turn on the flashlight.
Don't even turn on the flashlight. Just go past them.
Just
And
pass them.
those are the two main enemies. The nurses are annoying, but
They're a little
you
more
shoot
annoying.
them. Yeah, you shoot them twice. They fell on the floor. Kick up. That's it. You don't have to worry about.
But no, in this game, they got hands, bro.
No, they fucking got hands, man. This shit makes you sweat, man. Lion figures, like they spit out, they grab you. They're aggressive.
I knew.
They move around.
I got humble on the first encounter because I play the game on hard.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can handle this. I died.
I was thinking about hard as well, but I'm like, I don't know about much about this game, so I'll start on normal. Even with normal, man.
I did on hard. I play all the Silent Hill hard difficulty, and hard difficulty is a very different experience in almost every single Silent Hill game. Even 2. If you play Silent Hill 2 on the hard mode, enemies are actually a lot more faster. Like, the lion figure will spit immediately they see you. And that's about it. Everything else you can handle the same way.
Yeah, I played that like years ago. I didn't like how like everything was just too much bullet spongy for me, and so like yeah, I don't play with hard.
That's the main problem with the Silent Hill games in hard mode, is that enemies are very bullet spongy, and it's the same situation here, where I was fighting the flesh lips, and that boss was taking way too fucking long. And then I played on normal difficulty and I beat him in like 3 minutes. And I'm like, this took me like 12 minutes to finish. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like, it sucks that many games, when they handle hard, they don't change the mechanics of the game. They just like, they just change some numbers and that's it.
I genuinely I was gonna almost dislike Silent Hill 2 Remake for playing on hard. Don't do it. If you really don't like Silent Hill 2 Remake, in terms of difficulty, is very well balanced on normal difficulty. I have this issue with this game, kind of the same way that I had it with Resident Evil 7, where normal difficulty was way too easy and Madhouse was way too hard, and there was nothing in between.
Yeah, so games do that.
That's kind of what I want with Silent Hill 2 Remake, because in one aspect about it is that when I played on normal difficulty, I have way too much ammo, way too much health. But in Remake, in the hard difficulty, bro, I was struggling to find ammo.
Yeah, I think you told me you get one shot by the mannequins. And these motherfuckers are everywhere. The mannequins are fucking everywhere.
Oh, they're fucking everywhere, and they're fast as shit. And obviously, you can probably like save a lot of ammo if I was using the melee weapon, but it's so scary because you get hit twice and you're almost dead. You're gonna die super quickly. That it makes you want to use the gun.
Whoever designed the mannequins, I both love and hate them because these are the most annoying, the most frightening enemies of any horror game I played. Because how they work and how they play. Oh, God, man.
So a lot of people might have forgotten, but the mannequins are actually still acting the same way that they did on the original game. But they completely overhaul the behavior and how they do it. So in Silent Hill 2, when you see a mannequin from far away, they don't move.
Yeah, they don't move, and your radio does not react to them.
Yeah.
Either.
Yeah, the radio didn't react to them, and when you get close is when they start moving. They attack immediately after they see you. So that's how they acted. So they took that gameplay of what the radio not acting on them and then being completely still into a hide and seek mechanic.
This is one of those things where the over the shoulder camera, it works with the over the shoulder camera of this new game.
Yeah.
Because with the over the shoulder camera, you have a more limited view of what you're seeing in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And these motherfuckers are taking advantage of that. They will hide in like the corners or under other things, and like they will hide in specific things, trying to be out of your view. And as soon as your back is against them, you just hear that one sound of them moving around, and you literally have to instantly dodge. I was to the point where if I heard that one sound, dude, I legit would just press the button to dodge right away, no matter where they're at.
That's why the argument of like a normal, like James is just a normal guy. Fuck you, that motherfucker's a boxer. The only way that James would have survived Silent Hill 2 if he was trained by Manny Pacquiao, because goddamn this fucking mannequins, bro. They be rolling Dempsey on your shit, dude. I'm walking around and see a mannequin like, come on, bro, huh? Dude, I'm ready, dude.
And they fucking dodge too. Like
they dodge attack. They delay their attacks too.
They dodge. They step back. They laugh at you. They jump on top of you. And if you're not careful, they will run away and hide again.
They will moan when you hit them.
Yeah, they will moan when you hit them.
I like that. I like that. They just moan. I'm like, oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, they laugh and moan at you. Like, man, it's just like, yeah, this is like redesign. That was the best redesign of an enemy, and I know that a lot of people do not like them. A lot of people hate the mannequins.
I like it because they're not just another lion figure.
Yeah,
because that's how I felt when you fight like both the mannequin and the lion figure. They both acted very similar, and now every enemy, at least all the 3 enemies that are in the game, act very different. You know.
Yeah.
The lion figure is still the same way that he fights, but they all have move that if you hit them, they don't get staggered. So you gotta pay attention to that. But they all have like different things. Like lion figure will try to grab you without hands. That's
the weird thing.
The mannequin will dodge your attacks, and the nurse will grab your fucking shit. Like,
nurses are fucking tanks, man.
They're tanky.
They don't fucking get around.
And I think the best way to handle... I honestly think that they handle enemy variety very well. I know a lot of people are saying like this game doesn't have enough enemy variety. They don't have different type of enemies. But you cannot add any enemies. But what they did is that they change some
that's one of the things. They were limited to what enemies they could use, but they took a full advantage of what they could have done.
Yeah, so all the main 3 enemies got different alteration to them. So the lion figure has one that explodes when he dies.
And he can snipe you.
Yeah.
Explodes when you die and can snipe you.
So yeah, he can shoot you from far away. The nurse has a knife version instead of the pipe version that she has, and she's
those are,
more
like, quicker.
aggressive. Yeah.
Aggressive, more quicker.
They make me use the gun more than going for melee because they're so hard to like read. And then the one that was really interesting is the mannequin variation.
The spider mannequins, man.
The spider
Holy
mannequins are really interesting because let me show you something.
Those fuckers. That's the closest I ever got to arachnophobia. It's just hearing them running around the walls. Just gave me like goosebumps, like crawling feeling. They remind me. Have you ever played Bioshock?
Yeah. Which one? Oh yeah,
The first one.
Yeah, the first one. You talking about the slitter guy? I forgot the name.
Yeah, those like the ones that like Bioshock. They have those crawling enemies as well. Yeah, they make the same sounds as the mannequins, spider mannequins. Like you hear like something just like moving around.
Hold on. I'm looking for something here real quick. Man, it's so hard to find something specific for Silent Hill 2 because now you get remake stuff.
Yeah.
Poster art. Let me see if I can find the one that I'm looking for. Where is James, Carrie, and Maria? I mean, Carrie and Mary. But
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
On top
whereas
of
like
him,
whereas a jail cell, it's the intro where he's carrying Maria in the jail cell, and then you see the things like on top.
I'm looking for the specific poster. Oh man, why I cannot find it? I'm trying to Google sucks.
Silent. Let me see if I can find it. Hill to James carrying.
Let me see if I can find it. Something
Mary?
memory. Creature, Misk. No. Media.
Oh, I see it, but it's a small.
Let me see.
I think I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to. There's a small.
Screenshots. Concept art. Oh, I found it.
I think I found what you were looking for, but it's very small.
Okay, no, I found it. I got it. This, let me save it because I don't want to lose it anymore. I found it. So, what's really interesting is that they took two different aspects, and they took it from this, which I really, I was pogging. I was soy jacking this.
It's poggers. Yeah, those.
So you see the mannequin spiders?
Yeah, they're up there.
They're up there. So they said, what if we make this into an enemy? Which is this.
Legit. That was the prison as well. That's where you first see them, in the prison.
Yeah, in the prison. And this is a prison. This is where you see them, and they're acting the same way. And not only that, this is also like they use a hallway in the labyrinth where it looks like a bunch of them like this all together.
Yeah, that's the hallway. That's like in the intro video.
Yeah,
where you see like those things. Yeah, that's where you're going into that. Yeah, they did that. Like, man, I love that they did that. They had a lot of these nods that all these small details. Like you could tell Liberty were big fans of Silent Hill 2 because they had all these small details in there.
I think that's what really solidified me that they were really, really respecting this game in a way that I didn't even thought myself was gonna happen. Even when I thought about like a Silent Hill 2 remake, I never thought about adding all this stuff.
They pretty much put in a bit of like Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4 into this game. All right, because Silent Hill 1 aspect of like the first town, like the first part of the town where you're finding keys, where you talked about that, like that's pretty much Silent Hill 1 type of deal. where like you just go around and the town is like cut in half, like there's like cliffs and everything. That's how it is Silent Hill 1. And then another aspect of Silent Hill 1 is after leaving the hospital, where you're in a nightmare version of the town, and then where you see like the floor is grates, and missing parts and all that.
That's a Silent Hill 1.
Yes, that's Silent Hill 1 off the bat. That's Silent Hill 1. And then the Blue Creek Apartments. That's Silent Hill 4.
Oh yeah, the way that the way that it's constructed, yeah.
Yeah, that's Silent Hill 4. That's like the way everything that's Silent Hill 4. We're pretty sure. And then like, the hospital version, the grease and all that grime. That's Silent Hill 3 Nightmare version as well.
A lot of the other worlds very like Silent Hill 1 and Silent Hill 3.
Yeah, because like here's the thing: the other world version of Silent Hill 2 and the OG was just grimy, dirty. That's all.
Barely there.
There's no barely.
There's not even a barely, because all it did in Silent Hill 2, the other world, it only happened in one area, and that was the hospital.
Yeah, the hospital. Yeah, that's the only area. I was thinking back when I was playing the game. Honestly, the remake. I was thinking back. Okay, when did we see a big shift? Because the Blue Creek Apartments was just looked the same as apartments. There was no big shift. They were just like more wet.
Yeah. You know what I really like to think? I was watching the Muse video. The gaming Muse video, and
the one that linked you.
The one that you linked me to, and I never thought about it until like she was talking about it. Blue Creek could be just a projection of their actual apartment where they live.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah,
because you got the blue side, the Woodside apartment, which is an apartment that is in Silent Hill, but then you get kind of transported into to Blue Creek apartment. Hey Xavier, how's it going?
Yo, Xavier, how's it going?
But then when you go to Blue Creek apartment, the way that it looks in terms of the layout could be just their apartment where they live.
Yeah, that is true.
Because I think another thing about it is the layout, the way that apartment is also very, like you said, like very Silent Hill 4. Which I really like. And I a lot of people don't talk about it, but I really love every small detail that they did for every apartment in this game, because they all have like a story to tell.
Yeah.
Because people live there. People were there. It's not just another version of James that were there. Just we're going there in a bit.
Like when I was watching the Muse video, she like pointed out that there's some restrooms that had like different like living assistant stuff and like that, and like other houses have like food in there. Some are just like that, nothing. Like each one had its own little characteristic.
I wanted to explore all of that myself a little bit more, but I never had the time, so I had to like go through them.
Yeah, I need to go back and like double look, because I was streaming. Well, one thing about when streaming a game, you have that time to like digest everything.
Yeah.
Compared to like just streaming yo.
Oh, when you're streaming, you feel it's different. Off topic. When you're streaming a game, there's something about how much you have to be on the move, because you don't want people to get bored, even though like you guys should be fine. You're like hanging out and chilling.
Yeah.
But when I watch other people and they get stuck in one area, they're like, please move. What are you doing?
I helped a lot of friends when they were playing this game, and I felt bad for backseating them. But there were some points of like, no, they were like, oh, where do I go from here and go for that? I'm like, they're gonna spend like 20 minutes just trying to find this one thing, and I could just end that 20 minutes by telling them to go this one area. I'm like, and then I didn't do it much. I just did it like one time where like I couldn't. Where do I go after this? I'm like, oh, bring up the map. And like they bring up the map. I'm like, yeah, you go to this area now. Because this game is like it's like the areas are huge, dude. Like it's way bigger than the OG. The hospital is way bigger. The prison section is like all like beefed up, and then the even the hotel section, which in the OG was just like a simple little section, is more bigger as well.
Yeah, I mean everything has been like expanded. A lot of people are having a conversation whether if it's like they did it because the game cost $70 or they did it because of like that's what they felt they wanted to do.
The biggest fucking thing that pissed me off was this most pretentious fucking review I ever seen. Like this is I really wanted to like straight up punch someone for a review where they is someone who I don't know what is with this game. Despite people saying that's a good game, they say it's a good game but don't want to admit that it's a good game at the same time. You kind of get me?
Yeah.
Where this one review was saying like, oh, I enjoyed it, but as a work of art, it's not the same, or it's a product of the fucking most pretentious thing was in this review. It was a product of capitalism.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about.
You know which one I'm talking about? Or he's
Yeah.
complaining about how it's like they added more stuff. They added more stuff just to justify the price range. And this game is not. It's just a product of capitalism. It did not exist. This hindrance art in itself when the game Silent Hill 2 was a work of art. And I'm like, oh god, you do not understand. The games themselves are created to because of capitalism.
Yeah,
the
original Silent Hill games were just made to just compete against Resident Evil. Plain and simple.
Yeah, Silent Hill games were made to compete with Resident Evil. The reason, like I talked about this in my stream while playing the remake. The reason why these games exist is because of Resident Evil. The reason why the remakes like this is because of Resident Evil. They will take aspects of other games.
Yeah.
Too.
But the game itself, as a product of art, I don't know. I don't like. Okay, I don't want to be too political. It's really easy to go that route, but there's a lot of things that you can criticize about capitalism, but Silent Hill is not exploiting the working class in any way. you know,
exploiting the working class.
As far,
I want to see the review. Let's see if you can find that fucking line. I'm gonna look it up.
As far as I know, the reason why Silent Hill 2 is the way that it is the same way how art has always been in everything. We just reiterate and copy each other like every time. Like what? Scarface?
Okay,
Do you remember the original Scarface? Of course you fucking don't. You only remember the Cuban bird, the one in Miami. You don't remember the one that he was in. He was a mafia from New York. The original Scarface from 1940. Nobody fucking remember that, but it's a remake.
God, okay, I found the review. Let me read out that last paragraph. Silent Hill 2, 2024 makes me confront the darkness inner heart of capitalism rather than any darkness innate to human condition, and it does a pretty stellar job of that, which is more horrifying than any actual horror attempt to convey. Oh god. Oh god. Jesus.
It's like there is a lot of stuff that you can probably
hold on. Okay, hold on. Here's another thing. In a few words, Silent Hill 2 is padded and for extremely cynical reasons at that. They have deliberately optimized this game for maximum broad appeal in the current market of today, and to that end, they did an outstanding job. The game is most finely optimized the work it ever did, but not in the sense of permanent performance, which it offers. Yeah. Well, basically, yeah. They're like saying, "Oh, it does a good job. It appeals to the mass market." In a stuck-up way of explaining it.
Like, okay, there's probably some truth to it in a way that yes, one of the aspects of what they wanted to do was to modernize the game, but any game that were made in their time was also a game to modernize for the audience.
Yeah, that is true. Yes.
Like,
Silent Hill 2, the OG, is a modernized version of Silent Hill 1.
Yeah, like what? Resident Evil Remake 1 is not a game for modern audience, for the GameCube audience. Every game was made for the modern audience in that time. That was the same argument they did for Silent Hill HD Collection for modern audiences in 2012. It was the same argument. It's like our game plays better. It's like, no, it's the same game.
I don't know. The HD collection was not modern for any. It was not modernized. It was hindered.
Yeah.
But this brings up to like remakes in itself and what remakes could do. And this will bring back to the point where I was talking about like Metal Gear Solid 3. Mm-hmm. All right. There's gonna be a remake for Metal Gear Solid 3. All right. It's the remake for 2. We talked about how it expands it and changes a lot of things. One of the things that changes is no loading screens. Like we talked about how there is no loading screens, everything just pops up. There's no stopping you for the gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
So, in the remake for Metal Gear Solid 3,
mm-hmm.
there is gonna be loading screens. I feel there's gonna be stop sections for each section.
I'm very interested in what the discussion is going to be for that game, because in one aspect, do people even know what they're asking for?
Because here's the thing. Because if they get rid of loading screens at Metal Gear Solid 3, they're gonna have to change a lot of the gameplay's perspectives.
Yeah, they have to change a lot because they need to connect all of that.
Yeah.
All this has to be connected. The gameplay balance has to be changed because of how enemies are gonna be when everything is interconnected.
So basically, you're talking about, like, the remake is just basically Metal Gear Solid 3 with a coat of paint, like updated coat of paint.
Yeah, that's the thing. What other remake is like this? Shadow of Colossus. It's like this.
Shadow of Colossus is like that.
And Demon Souls is like that too, where they look really pretty, but when trying to go play them again, it feels weird because it's like I don't like. If I want to play Metal Gear 3 the way that I remember, I just played the original one. That it feels kind of pointless because I know what I'm getting to in Metal Gear 3. Now, the one aspect that I do like is that it's gonna play like Phantom Pain. So, one of the options for the game, the modern option, it just plays like Phantom Pain. So, in that aspect, I'm very interested on it because my thing is that I really wanted to play Metal Gear 3 with Phantom Pain controllers. And that's all I'm getting with Metal Gear 3.
Yeah. But what are like you said, it's gonna be interesting to see what people will react to this, because like what we got for okay, this brings up I remember why I bring this up. Before the remake, Silent Hill 2 remake came out, I saw something on Twitter where someone said how basically they were like how the remakes were handled. Maybe the way they were handling the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake should have been the way that the remake for Silent Hill 2 should have been, and then vice versa, how they handled the remake for Silent Hill 2 should have been how the Metal Gear Solid 3 remake would have been. And then that guy got a lot of hate saying no, because people don't know what the fuck they want.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea of like when you're given an opportunity like this, and Bloober Team had an opportunity, and they took a risk. And I think what also happened is that during the development of this remake, you had the original devs. And the original devs were the ones that were like pushing for them to change a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then you have Bloober Team being like, no, we can't change a lot of the stuff. So there was this weird balance going on. And I feel like that weird balance is what really made this remake actually more memorable.
That's the part about it, is that when I play Silent Hill 2 Remake, I'm not playing Silent Hill 2. I'm playing a different Silent Hill game.
Yeah, you're playing the sequel to Silent Hill 2.
A sequel to Silent Hill 2. And that's what makes it really fun. And what I really like, because I honestly think pacing wise for this remake is absolutely phenomenal. I think a lot of people were mad that the hospital is way too long. I think the pace of this game is like on point on how they do puzzles. And it's kind of funny that a lot of people were mad that the puzzle is just grabbing an item and putting the item in where it goes. But that's just classic game. That's the thing about what makes it really interesting, is that they had to design a game that was originally a thing from 2000, from the past, from 2000.
It's literally a Zelda, literally a Zelda dungeon.
Yeah, Silent Hill games are Zelda games.
Yeah, the games. And when I was playing, I'm like, yes, they found and understand it. You're exploring dungeons.
That's the fun part of the Silent Hill games, is you're playing Zelda, but it's like that one dungeon in Zelda where they're the zombies, and it's fucking scary, but that's the whole game.
Oh man,
that's what makes them so fun. Even survival horror, and what makes them really fun, because it's like once you know where the puzzles is and how you need to find the keys, and it's when you start routing stuff, is that where it comes to like really fun. And when you play Silent Hill 2 Remake, there's actually a really optimized routing that you can do that makes it really fun. And then the second, third time around, I was like, oh, they thought of this.
Everything is very well. Like, if there's different ways to approach these puzzles as well. There's no like, okay, you gotta do this first and do that first. No, you literally could go around and check things out.
Hey, look at that. We got a raid with Penelope.
Hello.
Yippee. Penelope.
Gracias por el raid.
Yeah, we're me and Penelope are pen pals.
Pen pals? Oh man, yeah, you guys send letter. Classic pen pals. We're sending letters.
Yeah, we send pen pals, but instead of like letters, we just send like lane pictures to each other.
Lane pictures. Yeah. Oh, dude! Out of topic of Silent Hill, have you seen that there's gonna be like a big announcement for Lane soon?
Is it?
Yeah, there's gonna be like a big. Let me grab it.
Yeah, Lane delivery woman. Yeah.
Let me see. There's gonna be like a Lane thing. Okay, I think this is it. There's two things that we're just talking about Lane. Okay. I'm putting this in the Discord. This is a lane break. We're taking a lane break right now.
Like, wait, hold up. What is that art? This is my real reaction every time. This is my reaction every time you send me something.
I forgot there was another thing. There was another thing they were showing, like there's a new artwork for Lane.
Wait,
and there's like
hinting sequel show? Wait, what?
Yeah, first other things. I need to look it up. Fuck. I was saying this to a friend, but it's buried in a bunch of DMs. But yeah, there's like some new stuff going on for Lane. Just look it up on Twitter.
Wait, it says, if some of you didn't get it, the joke is Despera has been in production for 15 years. However, the demand for the show exists. We need to make them aware of that fact.
There was like another image. Fuck. Let's see.
I'm sorry, my bad. No, this has been in production for 15 years. For a while. Dude, you almost got me fucked up. I think this has been like a thing that's been like, I'm like, just let it go, bro. It's over. Spreading misinformation.
Fuck. There was another thing that I saw. Then maybe I was wrong, but I was like, I saw something recently.
So, gameplay wise, I really like it because of how how expanded they handle the gameplay aspect of Silent Hill 2. Completely overhauled to the point that it's a different game that did made it fresh to play. For people who already played Silent Hill 2. I think the least and probably also still interesting aspect of it is how they handle the characters. Not maybe the least interesting aspect, as more if it's still Silent Hill. You know, hey Proxy has a gun, dude. It's been a while, but I'm semi back now. I think I'm fully back. I just need to make a schedule for probably what I'm gonna be doing next. But this is what I promise. I want to do more stuff where it's gonna be fun and having people in here. And we're japping about Silent Hill 2 Remake or Silent Hill in general, honestly.
Okay. Mentally, I'm back. All right.
Alright, no problem.
All right. Where were we at?
Yeah, we were talking about the gameplay and how much it got overhauled, but I was like thinking that we haven't talked about the characters or the story or how they handle
the characters.
How they handle that aspect.
I actually like what they did for Angela, and they overhauled Angela's.
I like what they did with Angela, but I think I'm a bigger fan of what they did with Eddie.
Eddie's his stuff is basically the same.
Yeah,
but
there's the way that they deliver everything from him.
He's more fucking sinister. This guy is like, man, I don't want to stand near this motherfucker.
I'm not gonna lie. I think every Eddie scene is my favorite. Eddie scene.
He's so fucking greasy, man. He's like a caricature of someone. He's one of those puppets, from those old puppets from horror movies back in the 80s. Where he looks so greasy and slimy.
Yeah, I think the thing about what makes me really like Eddie the most is that he still is the most lynching character of everybody in here.
Lynching character?
Lynching, like David Lynch.
Oh, yes.
He's the most David Lynch character out of everyone in the game. I think James does an amazing job. I think James has been incredibly good because I still love the original James, but I think that what makes James really interesting is not just his voice, but the way that he reacts to stuff.
The actor behind James did a top job for him, man. He's straight up. I hope he gets an award for what he did. He's the fucking I think he was the dad for the Batman Joker movie.
Yeah.
Batman. He's Bruce Wayne from Batman.
I love the new thing that all of the characters have, that because they've removed a lot of lines in the game that normally were expressed by voice because of lack of face motion, right? So a lot of the expression needed to be said by voice. That's it. But because of now new motion technology and how technology improved overall, there's many moments where you see James just reacting instead of saying it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So I think in one scene was with Angela on the stairs, where Angela asked him to give her the knife back. And I say, "Oh, so you want to use it for yourself?" And James says, "Oh, I'll never kill myself."
Yeah,
in this one, he just says nothing. So it makes you have more of a thing where he could use it to kill himself this time around, right?
Another favorite line of that is after boss fight with Eddie in the OG, he's James I killed a human being. A human being and a real hero.
And a real hero.
But in the remake, after the Eddie boss fight,
he's in shock.
He's legit. He's quiet, and you see his lip quivering Like he's like, what the fuck did I just do?
What?
He doesn't see anything.
One interesting aspect about that fight is that when you're fighting Eddie, like throughout the whole game, the crosshair is very reliable. Not in the fight. In the fight, the crosshair in the screen is shaking.
It's shaking? Really? I need to
It
check that out.
shakes.
Oh, because he's cold.
No,
In
not
that
only
area.
cold, he's fighting another human.
Oh man, I gotta check that out. I didn't know. I need to
Because
check
it
that
doesn't
out.
it doesn't happen when you go to like I don't think it happens after you kill Eddie. It only happens while you're fighting Eddie.
I need to look up a boss fight. Let's see right now.
Yeah, well,
Like-
let me see if I still got the video that I recorded. Because I remember I showed you a video. Let me see if I still got the video or I deleted it. I think I deleted it. But I did upload it on your thing. Hold up. It's probably still here. Hold up. I have archive of everything in your Twitch, your Discord chat. You know, I have made Carve my kitten these days.
God, don't say that. Don't say that. Just fucking delete everything, man. I'm gonna fucking just delete my whole Discord.
Kitten, wake up! It's time to talk about Silent Hill.
Okay, let's see.
Where did I put that? And if I didn't, I'm dumb as shit.
Oh, I see a bit of it. Okay, in this video, it's kind of hard to see because this guy's using the. Okay, he switched the rifle. Let's see if I can see it a bit.
But yeah, the crosshair shakes, which is not a thing that happens while. Oh, there we go. I got like a video. No, delete it. Download. Let me download it real quick. But if I'll show you here, you see the crosshair. See how it's shaking?
Oh, damn.
See? That's not
Yeah.
this is the crosshair that is shaking when you fight him.
Yeah. That's interesting. I wonder if like I used the dot one. Was it the dot one does the
I
thing?
did use the dot. So when I put the crosshair to see how it was, because I just wanted to like actually play the game this time around, sort of like just immersive myself into it. I saw the crosshair shaking. I'm like, oh, that's such a good like detail. What the heck?
God, I never noticed that.
And this game has like so many details. Like obviously this one. This is a classic one. Which is the
ring. Yeah, the ring, the missing ring.
The missing ring. And Angela has this going on with her. Where I can feel like
Oh man, that one I hate that. Like, oh my God.
yeah. Those little details I really like. But here's one detail a lot of people are missing. Is that you see her bracelet?
That is the moon one.
Yeah, that is this symbol right here. The Lilith.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
That's a symbol
Dang.
everybody has been missing.
I think people have been discussed, yeah. Which really, man, that really cements in a lot of stuff.
And this
That's
game,
like that's really neat, man.
and this game
Okay, I
has
found
a,
like
a lot of all
I found
kinds of
another
stuff.
video where kind of like it shows more comparison over the shaking. We can check that out later.
And oh yeah, his face degrading the more that he's
Yeah, over time he starts like being more tired. Like
That's
he's
like-
getting more dirty and tired.
And those are like a lot of the little details that this game adds. The more that you play, which I really like. Oh, I didn't finish my thoughts about Eddie, but the thing that made Eddie really interesting is that he still kind of feels like Team Silent did that character.
Mm.
Like Angela feels more realistic and grounded. Maria feels more realistic and grounded. James feels more realistic and grounded. But Eddie feels like he's from like what is it? What is this director of Full Metal Jacket?
Director Full Metal Jacket. Oh no, gotta look it up. Let's see.
Director, what's his name again? He feels like a Stanley Kubrick character.
Yeah, he's very Stanley Kubrick. Like he was like that in the OG as well.
Yeah, in the OG as well. In Barry David Lynch, where he actually feels like he just got transported from an early 90s movie into like this, and the acting, the way that his face look, the way that he talks, I can never get tired of how like Eddie is in this new game.
Yeah, the mist of his breath and everything.
Every time that I see anything like any scene with Eddie, for me it's absolutely entertaining, because the way that his eyes are, the way that his voice is,
His fucking stare is just like he just 1,000-yard stares. That's what he does. He's not looking at you. He's looking through you.
I can never get tired like Eddie. Let me see.
Okay, one aspect they added in the remake, and I wonder if you like this one as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the confrontation of before the boss fight with Eddie, where he's pointing a gun to James, and James just fucking sucker punches him.
Oh yeah, he just sucker punch him.
He just fucking hits him. I'm like, yeah, that's like, yeah, he kind of deserved that.
Yeah, he's skipping phase 1 of the battle.
Yeah, he's skipping phase 1. He just straight up hit him in the face.
Here, you're probably not gonna be able to hear it. Well, I'll show you. But I'll show you real quick. Let me change windows. And then do this so they can see it. Display window. Where is the window capture? Window capture. Alright, there you go. So one aspect that I really like here is the way. Oh, what's that? Is the way that Eddie, like,
you fat, disgusting piece of shit!
Like, yeah.
Couldn't leave well enough alone, huh? You just had to follow me all the way out here. How many times do I have to kill you?
Eddie. Whoa, Eddie, it's me.
Oh. Hi, James.
Like, the way that he says like that, like, you can feel like he's very noisy. Hi, James. And, like, the voice performance is just so fucking good.
Well, what's it look like I'm doing? You fat, disgusting piece of shit, you make me sick. You gonna cry, fat ass? You gonna run to your mama? Waste of skin, why don't you just kill yourself?
Look at that motion phase. Look at, like, his eyes. Oh.
Maybe he was right. Maybe I am nothing but a fat, disgusting piece of shit. But you know what? It doesn't matter if you're smart, dumb, ugly, pretty. It's all the same once you're dead. And a corpse can't laugh.
I like that they kept that song.
I love that so much.
Hey. What's that?
What's that?
You want to talk
Turn around.
To me some more? Tell me to relax? You're just like the rest of them, James.
No, I don't want to.
Shut up! You think I'm stupid. You think I don't see it. But you've been laughing at me all along. Ever since we first met. But you ain't laughing now, are you?
There goes the punch. Another thing they added in this game is that they give him a reason why Eddie doesn't like trust James
Mm-hmm.
right in the beginning. Because like in the apartments where you meet him, and the OG is like, "Oh, we better be safe." But in the remake, Eddie is like, "Hey, why don't you go together to get out of here?" And
Yeah.
James is like, nah, I'd rather not. Good luck though."
Yeah.
And Eddie was like, "Oh, like you can tell he's hurt by that." Like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Like, there's so many times where in this game, I know a lot of people say that James is more sympathetic, but he's actually, in a lot of the action that he does, he's actually way more fucking mean.
He's super selfish. Like, yeah,
But
he doesn't.
like, a lot of people don't realize how like the small words that you might say might actually affect a person like psyche a lot
Yeah.
more. Like here, like you said, right? In the original one is here, right?
I need to find someone.
Oh. Together we can find a way out of this town.
Oh, sorry, but I can't leave.
Right here.
Right. Hey, you want to come with?
Oh wait, you're not seeing it.
Yeah, I'm seeing it.
Maybe
Oh,
No,
the
no,
stream is
no,
not seeing
Out of
it.
this town.
Oh, sorry, but I can't leave. Not yet. I need to find someone.
Oh.
See, it's like disappointed. Oh,
Yeah.
Eddie. Be careful.
Yeah. You too.
see, that really hurt him. And
yeah,
then-
like,
And then here, this one here.
yeah.
A lot of people say, "Oh man, why is the piece of Linus not here?" But I think this kind of solidify of like being more subtle in how hurtful he is.
Yeah,
Eddie.
yeah.
In a way that, because in the original one, it's like, what are you doing eating? There's monsters in this town. Or you sit down and eat pizza, right? It's very
What's going on? How can you sit there just eating pizza?
yeah.
Pizza.
It's a funny line, but there's something about the way that James said this one that really hurts Eddie a lot more.
I see that you didn't make it out yet.
Yeah. I just didn't get around to it yet.
That's a big pizza, though.
At least you got your appetite back.
See that line right there?
Yeah.
See how he
yeah.
reacts.
Yeah, he's like, he's wrapping his hand.
Are you alone here, Eddie?
Like he's just making a small little joke, just lighting the mood or something. But then like Eddie's like, yeah,
No.
he's just making fun of me for being fat.
It's probably just Laura messing around.
See, he's mad.
The little girl?
He's mad of James.
Laura, is that her name?
Yeah,
That's what she said.
he's very
I'm gonna go
distant.
look.
He's not even looking at him.
Yeah.
You coming?
Now you want me to come with you?
See, like, oh my god, like people, dude, he's like actually fucking mad at him, but he won't say
Yeah.
anything because like Eddie's still like trying to hold his feelings back. But the way this line of him, like, the line of him, like, the appetite line
Yeah,
probably hurts a lot more because I know how small comments feel. Like, one thing, I have a coworker, right? And he asked me to they ran out of paper in the office. They needed to, like, he wanted to clean his hands, and he saw that the paper roll that was there was running out. So he was asking me to see if I can bring another one. But he adds, because he's like, hey, can you bring me one of the a paper towel, because no one fucking ever does it. And I'm like, why would you have to do that? Say that next part. I was gonna bring it anyways. Like that
Yeah.
comment, that little comment of saying, but because no one ever brings anything like that, or like it was this morning. I was like just in the bathroom, and every time that I use the bathroom, I turn on the lights and I leave it running because you don't want anybody to smell the shit.
yeah.
He for some reason says, "You left there, right?" Because it seems like you never keep the light running. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, that's not true. or he always adds comment to anything. It's
You
very
don't need to do that. Yeah, you literally, you don't need to do that.
So this is passive
I
aggressive,
see that you didn't.
and people don't realize how being passive aggressive hurts a lot more than being like actually like rude.
Yeah, another thing is that he kind of chuckles while saying it. Like he's trying to just make a light joke
Make
about
out
it.
yet?
Yeah.
But then Eddie has been laughed at for so long that he took that shit way harder.
So this line, dude,
Yeah.
like the
I just
also
didn't
yeah,
get
that
around
box
to
is
it
fucking
yet.
huge. But
Yeah, that's a big ass box, man.
At least you got your appetite back.
like
At least, yeah.
like this is what I really like about the remake is that people didn't even realize that this is a comment that hurt him. This is a thing that he probably has been feeling hurt for a long time. Are things like this. And while you think comments like that are small, for people like Eddie, this shit is huge because he keeps hearing it over
Yeah.
and over and over and over to the point that he's losing his fucking mind over it.
And you can see like when Angela as well, when James makes like these small comments like where he makes himself look more suspicious, and just like I gotta go, I gotta go find my mom.
So the like I love
Messing
this.
around.
The little girl? Laura, is that her name?
That's what she said.
And like there's another scene
gonna
with
go look for
Laura in the hospital
Mhm.
where James like straight up gets pissed off at her. Where he just like yells up, say liar, and then like he catches himself like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to yell, and like Laura's like wants to just like he just wants to run away from it.
Oh yeah, I also there's a scene that I really like here with Angela. It's something like that as well, but is this scene here? This one.
For a while.
What?
Admit it. You didn't want her around anymore.
This.
No.
You probably found someone else.
No.
I need to find my mama.
Yeah, like the moment right there where he's like yells at her, she's like, yeah, I want to just get out of here. Like anything that like questions his like
Yeah.
faithfulness to Mary, he gets very
I
upset.
never.
This is the I never is such a original Silent Hill 2 line. But
I never.
it's such a weird way, but yeah, you can see like his face here. Like everything like about the faces is like
I never.
I honestly think this might be one of the best Western games when it comes to like face.
It's like going to the like facial capture. Have you seen like the new endings or all the endings yet?
I seen all of them already. I haven't
You
got
seen
them, but I see all of them.
I think there's like what's the new one? The Bliss or Still? I think Stillness, right? The one
Stillness
where
is
it's like
the different in water ending.
and water ending. Yeah, that one, the facial capture of Stillness, man, where like just seeing where he's in the car, and then I don't know where you see Mary's hand just touch his cheek, and you just see his fucking like his face just tense up, like he's about to fucking lose it.
Yeah, this one is like really good.
It's so fucking sad, and like it's so good. There's so much emotion in it.
I was gonna do something here that I'm not doing for some reason, and I got
Oh
it.
yeah, I have it.
I have it all set up, and I haven't like shown it. Hold up. Oop, where's like been doing this? It's not. I don't have it set up for some reason. I'll fix it real quick.
After 2 hours and 30 minutes, you finally figured it out.
Yeah, I forgot that I had this. There you go. Look at that. Neat. Neat. Alright.
Neat.
This ending is like this new ending is so fucking good. Because this is the first time throughout the whole game where we actually see James
I tried.
finally cry.
Yeah.
I really did, but I can't go on without you.
It's so very haunting too, man.
Yeah.
I can't forgive myself for what I've done.
I know.
Yeah, right there. It's a shift of like expression.
Yeah.
What's wrong, honey?
Right there, man.
Yeah.
He's trying to hold it. He's trying to hold it in.
I miss you so much. I'm sorry. I am so
You can barely see it, but yeah, he is crying here.
I think like someone posted a screenshot of where when he goes to the hotel, you can see his eyes a bit watering a bit.
It's okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure if it's like an edit or is it actually like that.
I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's an edit or just image thingy being done. Because it's hard to tell.
Will you wait for me?
James. I've always been waiting for you.
That's such a big ass strong line, man.
I think this one is very similar to like in water, but I think he doesn't really die.
And here I think he does. It has like the same letter reading as in water, so.
Yeah. Because I think if you listen to this part here. Listen to this part. Oh no, it does go into the water.
Yeah, it does go in the water. Some places like they just cut that part out. Like some videos cut that part out.
Yeah. So it's a different in water ending.
Yeah, it's like man, it's just that one is so fucking it.
Um,
Like man, like even though like the new endings like just hit harder. Unfortunately, the letter reading at the end is not as hard. Doesn't hit as hard as the original for me.
yeah.
Like, the letter reading is just, you can't really match up to that. I think the voice actress knew it because like the OG, the voice actress like literally was just like she was tearing apart. She was like falling apart while reading that. Like you literally feel like she was like crying towards the end.
I do gonna say that a lot of people, the letter ending, the letter scene is like not as heart wrenching as the original one, but I do think the hallway scene is good.
Yeah, the hallway scene.
The
is kinda
hallway
good.
scene is like Mary hallway.
Kind of don't like that they didn't include I got you flowers.
Like this
Well,
one, it feels like actually almost better than the original one.
What do you want, James?
She's kind of yeah. She does sound sick
Flowers?
Yeah.
and tired.
I don't want any damn flowers.
Well, I need to lower this to like 30 FPS because my thing is dying.
Look at me. I'm disgusting. Between the disease and the drugs, I look like a monster. Well, what are you looking at? Get the hell out of here. Leave me alone already. I'm no use to anyone.
This one made me
I'll be
cry.
dead soon anyway.
I think she did an amazing job on this one.
It'd be easier if they just killed me. But I guess the hospital's making a nice profit off of me.
Yeah, there's a lot of emotion on this one too.
Why are you still here? I told you to go.
Here, this
Are
part,
you deaf? Don't come back.
the voice crease.
James. Wait. Please. Don't go. Don't leave me alone. I didn't mean what I said. Please. Tell me it'll be okay. Tell me I'm not gonna die. Help me.
Yeah, man, you're gonna make me want to replay this game again. You're gonna make me load it up and play it.
That fucking that one is way too good. I think a lot of people are not giving credit to that one at all.
Like, I don't know, like when I see stuff like this, I don't know why people get so upset with this remake. Like they get very angry about it. Like just it has its weak points at certain points. Like it does like feel towards the end, you just get tired of fighting the mannequins again and again. You're like, come on, just let me just let me lose. Just let me just breed from the mannequins towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then like some places, like yeah, it kind of like, oh man, it's kind of like you feel like it goes a bit too long, but it still hits good, man.
Yeah.
It's like it was not gonna replace the original, man. The original, it's always gonna be there. The OG is the OG for a reason. That's not gonna be replaced. And I know people are pissed off that people are saying like, oh, I don't want to replay the original. I don't need to play the original. That's fine, whatever. That's their choice. If they want to skip on Peak, that's on them.
That's on them, honestly.
Yeah. So, but you can't be pissed off at something like this that they did so good at, man. That shit like there is like there were so many aspects they could fuck up, man. So many aspects, but they somehow found ways to not fuck it up.
I am very, very pleased with the final product.
Yeah.
Like I'm very pleased with how they handled this because
And
I had no hope. I honestly was so fucking scared.
And people were saying like this was a safe bet. This is a safe Silent Hill 2 remaking Silent Hill remakes are safe. No, remaking Silent Hill 2 was not safe at all.
Oh no!
How people were like even this is a good game, man. Even though it being a good game, people are pissed off about it still. They're pissed off that it's a good game.
No, if people change things about Silent Hill 1 or change things about Silent Hill 3, I don't think people will be as mad if they would done that with like Silent Hill. Like they would have been a lot more mad with Silent Hill 2. Like I know Silent Hill 2 is also the most popular one, but at the same time it's the most riskier one to fuck up.
Yeah.
Because people are very emotionally attached to this game, way more than Silent Hill 1 and 3 by statistic.
The fact that they got people saying that it's a good game. It's the biggest hurdle ever. It's the biggest hurdle. You got the most haters. They're like who are hardcore like Silent Hill fans admitting that it's a good game.
But now we got new Silent Hill fans, which means we got new theories on the room.
Well, that's a good thing. Like bringing in you bring in new blood to the fan base. That's like been not. That's a good thing about the game like this. It brings in new blood. I'm surprised to see the type of people who will play this game, and then like who will normally not play Japanese games. Like I forgot who it was who told me that their coworker was interested in playing Silent Hill 2. I forgot a friend of mine. And like a coworker of mine is interested in playing Silent Hill 2. I'm like, really? Yes. This guy in his like 40s are interested in playing this game.
I probably need to turn this off because it's killing my everything. There you go. Everything is running a little better now.
Yeah.
So
Noise effect.
yeah. So in one aspect, I honestly really, really like what they done with. No, wait. That's not what I was gonna think. I really like that there's new people finally playing it.
Mm-hmm.
There's new people exploring what Silent Hill is.
Yeah.
But because they're new fans, they're only if they're new, their only reference is Silent Hill 2. About
Yeah.
everything and how it works. That when I am now seeing like the loop theory, I'm like, oh no, this is not new. This is not new at all. Because a lot of people had those same theories with Silent Hill 2 as well, in the original game, with seeing the the body of James in the TV, right?
Yeah.
And the whole like Maria, the Maria ending, which means it continues the cycle all over again.
Yeah.
It's not the first time that I have heard that Silent Hill is just like purgatory.
God, man.
And this one kind of like they put more in the game to kind of hint into that. And I am scared to know whether it's like a canon thing or just a meta thing. Because if it's a meta thing, I'm super cool with it.
I think it's just a canon thing.
That's the part that I'm scared of.
I mean, a meta thing. I don't think it's a meta. I don't think it's a canon thing. I think it's just a meta thing.
Yeah.
Because like I know that the whole thing where they found out that you've been here for 20 years. I think that is just a little nod, wink, wink to the fans who have been waiting for who've been big fans of Silent Hill 2.
Who technically has been waiting for we've been here for 2 decades since Silent Hill 4.
Yeah, you've been here for 20 years. You've been it's just a little nod, wink, wink. And
I think for the most part, the way that I like to see the photos, the way that I like to see the echoes of the past, are just memories, the collective unconscious of all the Silent Hill fans put together in a game.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what I always thought. Like these echoes are it's just like, hey, remember this puzzle? That's how it was before, but now we changed it up. It's like a little nod, wink to the fans.
Like
if it's like a whole canon thing, I feel like they would have gone more into it. Like one of the endings or whatever.
Like the loop theory is onto us. The only people who know about White Claudia are Silent Hill 1 fans. Like the whole White Claudia stuff was not even mentioned in Silent Hill 2 in the original game. But White Claudia is like an integral plot of Silent Hill 1 because of the drug trafficking thing that they were going to, which the Order was using. The Order was trafficking drugs into Silent Hill to get them to Order members and the kids for them to be connected very powerfully to the spiritual power of Silent Hill. But the only person who was able to do that without White Claudia was Alessa. Right?
I think I think White Claudia was just like a drug they used to fund themselves, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Lisa was like addicted to it as well.
Yeah. So it was a very strong drug. And
I think it's only mentioned in 1. I don't think it was mentioned in 3.
No, it's not mentioned in 3.
Or 4. Or 2.
Because it was mostly a thing like Dahlia and the Order was dealing with. And it was integral to the plot between the doctor. What's his name again?
Kaufman.
Dr.
Kaufman.
Yeah, Dr. Kaufman was the one who was providing the drug and the trafficking into Silent Hill to be given to people and the Order to be to get the funds for them to do the operations that they were doing. The whole thing was for Kaufman to get something out of it. But he didn't realize that the thing that he was trying to get out of it is not money and fame and power. He thought that I thought that listening to Dahlia that this was gonna bring power to him. He thought it was gonna be monetary power and political power or whatever power he was looking for. But no, it was just the power that Dahlia was talking about was to bring paradise to the world. And Kaufman realized this is not what I wanted. This was not part of the deal. And tried to kill, trying to use the drug against demons because apparently drugs work on that. It's more a chemical, in all honesty.
Mm.
But he also had that drug that fights demons. And then yeah, fucking Harry killed that thing. But there was this big drug trafficking problem that was happening in Silent Hill that was very important to that plot. But they didn't mention it after Silent Hill 3 or 4.
Yeah, the whole the drug trafficking plot was mainly contained in one. But yeah, going back to like the loop theory, I'm like, no, there is no canon ending for Silent Hill 2. No one, like the devs have not stated anything canon. People
Yeah.
say in water because how it's in 4, like the dad mentions that he have not heard about his son after a while. So
Yeah.
people were saying in water, but not even with that, it does not guarantee whatever happened to James.
Yeah, similar with Father
But
Vincent and Claudia. Yeah.
but then like, isn't there like, I think there's like a separate scene in the arcade game where they shows like a result screen with or was it a Pachinko game that has like a screen with James and Laura.
Yeah.
Forgot this all like that. Then that would mean like, hey, I guess the leave ending is canon as well. But the whole idea of purgatory and being stuck in the loop and all that, and that's why you see James' bodies again and again. The whole idea, like the James body in the TV screen, was a whole symbolism that will be showing later on that he will be watching a TV screen later on. That was it. And then the James bodies and around like Eddie, so, like the James looking bodies around Eddie is just the whole idea of like just the town himself punishing him, like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, man. Just if it was like a loop, you will see it more. I think like the whole another thing when they say it was like how Maria was like she's having deja vu when
Mm-hmm.
you're looking at the mansion. I think that was just a little hot nod, little nod hint to the fans because we don't have. I don't know what's gonna be. We're ever gonna get what was it called? Born from a Wish, the Born from a Wish scenario.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't think we're
know.
ever gonna get that.
Yeah, I'm not sure we're actually gonna get that. I think the one aspect that I don't like about the loop theory is that one, it breaks kind of like the characters around him because a loop or spiral or something, if things were changed from the past, the things are changing every time a loop happens, right? So in Alan Wake actually explored this a little bit, but every time you go to a through loop, something changes,
Hmm.
right? So the town changed, the puzzles change, but everything that was in there was still being left behind. Then why are none of the characters actually like are there just projection for James only and not just the other characters?
Yeah, that is
It
true.
it makes no sense because if the loop theory is a thing that was happening and left a permanent mark in the town, um, then are the other characters just projections of James?
I think people were saying was like in the boss fight with Eddie. Eddie says just like before, like it'll be great, it'll be fun, just like before. And people were saying, "Oh, they've been through this again." But no, if they've been through this again, Eddie would have just been like acting very strange to James for the beginning. I think that just like before was like when he shot the when he was shot the when he shot the football player, the dog. I guess that's what he meant
Yeah, I
by
don't.
felt great just like before.
Oh yeah, no, I think they're actually just misspreading the misinformation about that line because that
Yeah.
line is in a different, completely context, and a different context, and it's about like, um, I'm pretty sure that's also a line that he says in the original game.
Yeah, I think like when it comes to like the loop theory, I think it's just the devs being like weak, not because I think the devs paid attention to Lila. They're big Silent Hill 2 fans,
Yeah.
so they have paid attention to all these like theories and all this stuff, and they added like stuff like hey, wink, you know this, you know that. So they they they're just like they're just fans.
So
It's not gonna be a very canon theory. If it
mhm.
was a canon theory, would have probably just straight up been they would have just put it in the game right away.
Another thing, another aspect of why I don't like the loop theory is that it breaks how Silent Hill works. Because I don't like the purgatory thing. One line about Silent Hill 1, they actually Harry says it, is like uh it's like the other world is invading reality or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not a dream. It's more like a darkness invading reality. So it is a thing that is coming from the outside to the inside, right? From the inside to the outside. It's a projection. It's a power that is like invades what's going on around you. The thing about James is that James went in Silent Hill and he could have left anytime he wanted. He stood there by choice. He could have drive off and left the place and would have been fine.
Yeah. Like he's staying there by choice. He could have easily left. And all these characters could have easily left, but they stayed there by choice.
Like that's why like here, let me show you. I'm not showing you, but he could have done this whole time.
Yeah, I did that. I wish there was like an ending, like it just like leave. The ending is just like you could just leave, but the game stops you from going. He just literally just turns around.
Yeah, and I honestly do not like the theory of that because in Silent Hill 3, first of all, Claudia gets out from the town and comes back in. Vincent also leaves the town, comes back in.
Yeah.
The members, the members do it all the time. Walter Sullivan did it all the fucking time. You can get in anytime you want to Silent Hill and come back out, and the town being a therapy town, kinda, I don't like it for the most part.
No. That's whole into. That's what the issue. This is my whole thing of our. I am a Silent Hill 2 enjoyer. I don't want to call myself a fan because the fans, Silent Hill 2 fans, I don't like Silent Hill 2 fans. They're the ones who like are very, very stuck into their ways of what they think what Silent Hill 2 Silent Hill is just based off 2. But no, man, like if you play the other games, you understand that the town itself is not it's not a therapy town. The town is just straight up corrupt and evil.
I'm just saying, like, the only best game that managed to do a different Silent Hill 2 was Signalis.
Oh, Signalis, yes, Signalis is so fucking good.
And Signalis
Signalis.
can't work because Signalis is its own thing. And Signalis does have a loop theory.
I wanted to say that because I didn't say it because that's a huge spoiler.
Oh, it is a huge spoiler, but yeah.
Yeah, it is a huge spoiler. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Don't worry, it's not that much. You will
Don't
figure
worry,
it out. But
Yeah.
but Signalis is absolutely one of the best Silent Hill games that you can also play. It was almost my game of the year last year.
Yeah. Oh, you know what has a loop theory? That's Silent Hill 4. You're going on, literally going on a loop in that game.
I mean, in the place. I mean, you do go back in places.
Yeah, you did go back. Yeah, you're stuck in a loop. Yeah,
You're stuck in a loop of going into Walter Sullivan's dreamscape.
Yeah, you're stuck in there. There's a you're not in someone's purgatory. You're someone's like
quick. A lot of people say that the nightmare doesn't make sense in Silent Hill 4 because of the way that it works, but it absolutely does work well because in Silent Hill 1, when James go into the I forgot that fucking little place in the other church, he get transported into from that fucking place into the hospital, and then go back to the same place.
Yeah.
That's Alessa pulling Harry into a dream.
Yeah, and then he
And
talks
then
to Lisa,
putting
then
him back
leaves.
again. What Walter Sullivan is doing is basically using the holy assumption power to do the same thing, but in a small place.
And it happens in 3 as well, where like Heather was just dragged in to the other world.
Not really. I think what mostly happened is because she got God inside of him, inside of her, and that God is projecting that nightmare into that area.
And I think it in a way too as well when you go down to historical society, because that whole Lambeth area does not make any sense. There's a liminal space. It doesn't. Whole Lambeth and
yeah, that's a limit of space. But I think my only conclusion there is that it's still like in a way just a really big projection into like just once James go in there, he's I don't know how to explain it, but it's like reality breaking apart.
Henry's wacky, not so good of
yeah.
God, please, just, oh man, just Bluebird Team, just remake, just maybe remake the rest of the Silent Hills, just remake 4, 2, 1 and 3, and you're just there.
Just remake the 4 games and then
just remake all 4 games and then make a new game, make it shitty. I wouldn't care because I had the other good game.
I do want all 4 games to be accessible for more people though.
I want to just Konami just port the originals in a way that people enjoy it. Like I know it's so easy to emulate them and grab them, but people make so many fucking excuses.
Dude, people can't do like getting it. Do you know that there's a statistic that people are like kids right now? They don't even know how to go to a document folder and do stuff in there.
Damn,
they're like regretting so bad because of the iPad. Because they're all liking iPads.
Fucking iPad kids got. Oh, but yeah, that's my thoughts on Silent Hill 2 so far.
I think we went a little too long. I wanted to say more, but it's already 3 hours.
We could probably have another day. Yeah, we have another day where we could discuss more things.
Oh, next time we could just play games and talk about it or something like that. But
yeah.
I am finally happy to jap about it. I'm like, dude, I found me and Carbide were like, I saw Carbide talking about it. I'm like, we're gonna talk about it, and we ended up like just talking about it like in text all the time.
I wanted like I was playing the game and I wanted to like talk about what I saw in the game, but I couldn't go in your streams because you were like way ahead of me because you were just powering through the game.
And yeah, I want to like talk about it with you, but you were still behind me. I'm like, I gotta wait. But I'm so happy with this game.
It's so good. I gotta replay it again, man. Like due to its length, it tires you out towards the end. But like after a good while, you go back in, like just enjoy it.
I do gotta say that this is how I feel with Silent Hill right now. Where is it? This is it. Yeah, this is the one that has the audio. Hold up, let me check if the audio is working. No, the audio is working on this one.
Just waking up.
Alright, I think we could probably end it with this video right here.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I
don't know, but
no parking, no smoke,
and my mom goes to breakfast with all hot.
I got my grub on, wedding pick out. Finally got a call. We're going to dig out. Get up late, hit the door. Think it'll be another 24. Gotta go, cause we got home drunk up. I hit the switch, gotta make the ass drop. Had to stop at the red light. Looking in the mirror, not a jacker inside. And everything's alright. I gotta be from Kim, and she can fuck all night. Call up the homies and asking y'all which one y'all playing basketball. Get me in the car, then no trouble. Last week I fucking around, got a triple double. Fucking around.
I can't believe today was a good
Oh god. Oh man.
Yeah, we're happy. Silent Hill is good. We're back. We're doing
big, man.
People are having memes again, you know.
Me little.
That's like oh, you know what's actually really cool? If you know you play like the New Game Plus and you remember these, you know, all these right here.
Yeah.
These are only show up in the on New Game Plus. What I didn't realize while reading these are just a guide on how to get the other endings.
Oh, really? Where is that?
This is in the library just after just next to the laundry at
Oh,
the start of the
interesting.
game. I didn't. When I was looking at this, I didn't thought about it that way. But then I was like reading it, I'm like searching for another conclusion. The one on top here is the leave ending. It's better to prevent the cure, as an old maxim tell us. Taking care of yourself, maintaining healthy outlook can be a challenge in this fact. It's just telling you have to keep your health full. The key is not to beat yourself up over the past mistake and avoid those who will do harm. It tells you to not get hit a lot. Sometimes if it's better to avoid confrontation instead of engaging in pointless conflict. It's telling you to run away from monsters. Try to stay clear from toxic relationship and focus instead on your friends and the loved one. It's telling you to stay away from Maria.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on the prize and focus on what really matters, which is the end of the game and Laura. Can it be simple? Yes. Look at the future. It might be brighter than you think. This second one is getting the girl, which is Maria ending. Do you love her? Do you really love her? In sickness and in health. Words are simple enough, but actions speak loudest. Will you protect her? Stay with Maria. Fight for her. Don't let her get hit. Put her above any other. Stay close to her. Remember, now she is the one that shows up. Leave the past behind and forget all relationship that ended in tears. She's talking about Mary. Leave her behind. The new
Can't
one.
feel like, yeah, don't look at the photo.
Yeah. Be true to your heart, and with luck, things will work out in the end. So it's telling you, do not look at the photo. Don't just focus on right now the girl in front of you and the person that you care for right now, which is Maria. And then the next one is the in water ending, which is telling you, when life is filled with nothing but despair, some people choose to end it all. I once choose that path for myself. I embraced it. I felt right, like the only choice I could possibly make. After I made my decision, it became the only thing binding me to this world. I became reckless, so it means like getting hit a lot. I did stupid and dangerous things. Keep yourself in red health all the time, or die multiple times. I push away even those who care about me. So that's like just not even caring about Maria. And after all, why would it matter anymore? So it's acting stupid and reckless and leaving your health down.
Dying a lot.
So those are the way that you get all three endings. And those show up only in the New Game Plus ending. So it's a really cool way that if you only got one ending, at least now you got a hint how to get the other two.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the ways that you get the other endings, the game never explain it. So they try. I like this way of how they explain the endings. I think it's really fucking cool. And I didn't thought about it when I read those at the first time. I thought it was something else. But
yeah,
I think
thanks
that's
for having me, Junie. Yeah, that's it. That's for me for now. Maybe in the future, be more chats.
It was fun. I really enjoyed it because it's been a while where I actually have like chat like this, but I actually had a lot of fun this time around. And I think it's also a way of seeing into the future of like what I'm gonna be doing soon, like doing more stuff like this, more little events, playing, working, and I want to be more active into streaming, and I will do my best about it.
Let me know. Go there. If you want more chatting.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and like fill out the schedule, see if I can do it and be like consistent to it.
Oh yeah, talking about filling out schedule. Try out Slitterhead. It's pretty neato.
Oh yeah, I just saw that it came out. I'm like, what the fuck? That came out already?
Yeah, it came out like yesterday.
Yeah,
it's pretty neato.
That literally caught me off guard, but I gotta wait till the next paycheck.
It's okay, but yeah, guys, check out Slurred. It's pretty neat.
No, I want to try it out so bad because it's like by Keiichiro Toyama, which
it's
is
like
okay.
I gotta go soon, but to give you a quick like explanation, it's a very PS2 feeling game. If you play Siren, you probably would understand what type of feeling it gives.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, it's time to go out. Thank you everybody
Yep.
for coming by. Is it even worth it to raid? How many we got?
Yeah, you can still raid people. Let's see. I don't know who you were on your list, but there's plenty of people on tonight on a Saturday night.
I got you. I'll send somebody. Let's go over here.
Thanks for stopping by, everyone. Have a good night, Xavier. Good luck with your dog sitting.
Yeah. Anyways.
And thank you for having me,
Thank
Junie.
you. Thank you everybody for coming by. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. This is a hard stream to do, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Because I was scared. I didn't know I was like, am I gonna get stuck? Am I not gonna have any chemistry with my Latino friend?
Nah, man.
Well,
You'd
that
be
was fun.
yapping for. We could honestly yap for a lot, but you don't have much time for yapping.
Yeah.
We could have gone for like a whole 12 hours of just like talking about something. But we had to stop ourselves.
Yeah, easily could have happened. But it's all good. Thank you everybody for coming by. I really appreciate it. I'll see you around. Bye bye.
See ya.